on Twitch once again.
Good evening.
Hello.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties, everyone.
Very intense sound check.
Yeah. Well, of course, like we did this huge mic change beforehand, and everything sounded great. So of course, the second we want to stream, everything collapses into a pile of crap.
When it's one of those
Thanks,
things where, like,
2020.
yeah, I mean, look, this is what happens when you put your faith in, compressed sand, right? This is what we got. No. But anyway, here we are. We are starting a little bit late, but we'll jump right into it. Welcome back, everyone. We are Tusk Noodle Shop, and this is our third episode of the Mythic Odysseys of Theros, No Silent Secret. If you are new to the stream, we are basically going through the preset adventure in the Mythic Odysseys of Theros book. And if you are familiar with the adventure, you'll know that there are many changes. And that's because sometimes in the adventure they'll say things like, and then they do this, and you realize you gotta write that, right? But also, I cannot kill these players. I've been trying my hardest, like, every week. And yet, nothing. I'm getting nothing.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm, just my promise from last week is to double everything. So we'll see how that goes.
Great. Swell.
So for those of us who are new to the stream, we have 5 players. We have well, why don't we introduce ourselves? Rhea, we'll start with you since you're on the left. Introduce
Hi.
your character.
Okay. My character is Rhea, and she is a human warlock, and she's a Nyxborn, so she's got some cool abilities with that, and she kind of looks all starry when she wants to, and it's fun. She's a little kooky. I like her. We would party. We would get along.
All right, Kalliope.
Kalliope. I am a satyr bard, and I'm just a pile of good times.
I love that.
All right, next up is Nicandros.
Hi, I'm Nicandros, the Leonin paladin of Heliod. And Heliod is kind of a mix of Zeus and Helios, I guess. But yeah, and I'm a natural athlete. I was a professional athlete. We'll get into that, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, he's a friendly dude. Not the wisest man on the planet, but he's pretty good with a spear and jokes about minotaurs eating people.
All right, Fury, what do you got for us?
I am Fury, a human barbarian, a disciple of Mogus, the god of war. And, well, Fury is an unstoppable killing machine, a warrior, the greatest in the world. So I say anyway. And, well, let's see someone try to prove that wrong.
And
The
finally,
DM will try.
well, yeah, I'm trying my best, right? I'm trying my best. All right, and then finally we have Seer. Seer.
Well, I mean, very difficult to follow all of that, but I am a Triton cleric. Is that someone you need to pick up? Is that a phone? Got to pick that one up.
Everything's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. So I think I might be one of the lesser interesting folks thus far, but we'll see.
That's not true.
I've got a fun backstory, I think, and a secret side to me.
Not true at all. I mean, the secret side, maybe, yeah, but not the uninteresting part. Okay, well, let's see where we left off, shall we? So last episode, we fought some harpies. We drank some LSD water, and we ended our adventure. Where did we end it? Well, we ended it
With a new friend.
with a new friend. So let's pull that one up. Sorry, guys, I'm a little razzled tonight, so if things kind of are razzled,
It's okay.
that's what's going on there.
The
Okay.
sound situation was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it was an ordeal.
Now I'm
Okay.
gonna have that razzle dazzle song from Chicago
Oh
in my
my
head.
God, me
Razzle
too.
dazzle.
Okay, let's pull this guy up. I was so worried about the sound that I forgot how to do everything else. Also, we didn't play last week, so I'm like I've
Who are
forgotten
you?
I've forgotten how to
What's-
do everything, literally.
Had I known how to go live, I would have gone on my own because I was ready. I had
Do you ever
everything
have-
set up.
Do you have dreams like that where you're about to do a performance and you've forgotten like how to play your instrument or what the dance was or?
Oh
No,
yeah.
I'm perfect. I've never had that issue.
All right, here we go. So, where we left off last week was our party was headed towards the court of Orestes, a hidden temple or tomb for a follower of Phoenix. They've been following this path to the river, the Kistanos River, and along their way, they came around a bend, and they were greeted by the broken king Antigonos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yes, King.
Love it.
He was a minotaur who once claims to once have been a mighty king, and now lives his life searching for the newest. And right before we left, he had spoken to our good friend Fury. Our audience voted and decided that the Broken King Antigonos, he was impressed with something about Fury. We're not really sure yet, but perhaps we'll find out soon enough. And so here we are. So let me just kind of I'll read a little something for us, and then. So we moved into a scree-choked gully that ran between rugged hills, a dry stream bed that offered a route through the rising rocks. A bend in the steep bluff hides what lies ahead, but the sound of hacking coughs comes from around the corner. And just around that corner, some 30 feet or so from the party, rested a minotaur known as the Broken King Antigonos. He was old and decrepit. He was garbed in ancient finery that's worn to tatters. There is a dented crown that rests upon his brow, and one of his horns ends in a jagged stump. He drags a rusty great axe in the dirt, and tied to his back, it was a 30-pound, well, actually it wasn't tied to his back, we put it on the side of him, was a 30-pound clay amphora, painted with images of whirring hoplites, all of whom who have had their horns crudely painted on to make them look like minotaurs. The broad-mouthed amphora is large enough to hold maybe 60 or 70 gallons of wine. So,
Gimme.
you large one, are you ready to face my test?
Of course I am ready. What kind of test?
What kind of test? Why, the test that a king might have to pass in order to prove that he is worthy to rule my tribe.
Of course, that sounds fantastic. But for the sake of, of course I know what a king might need to test for, but for the sake of knowing,
For those of us that don't.
what's the test? What does a king need?
Well, that's a great question. Oh, guys.
Yeah,
We are having...
the audio's working, but the video went out.
Yeah, okay, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry about
Oh
that.
no.
It's just a night of errors, isn't it? A night of errors.
It's ridiculous.
Dang it. Gosh darn it.
So thanks for coming to the stream.
Yeah, this is a
We're a
real
podcast
professionally
now.
run stream, I promise.
We
You know,
took this opportunity to let you know about our sponsor mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, the condiment that tells you when it's bad.
Sponsored by Brondo.
It's got electrolytes.
This
Fury
is
craze.
so bizarre. I
Fury's
don't even
white
know what's
now.
going on.
So instead of a big dark blur, I see a big light blur.
Also brought to you by Chaos. Chaos, the underlying theme to the year 2020.
Underlying.
Yeah, this is
Overlying.
overlying at this
This
point.
is like very chaos forward this year.
There's this sort of chaos flavor that lingers on the tongue.
And further
Mixed
brought
with
to you by
garbage
Chaos
fire.
Flavor. Chaos Flavor.
The new flavor of Mountain Dew.
You know, like when you hear something and then it like invades your brain forever. So like when we went on our road trip last year, we were watching or we were listening to a lot of last podcast on the left, and so we listened to the story about Jim Jones and like
Oh
the.
yeah.
Okay, well, so they like talk about the fact that it was like generic brand Flavor Aid
Yeah, it's not
that
Kool-Aid.
they drank. So now every time someone says the phrase
Oh.
drinking the Kool-Aid, Bill and I will like look at each other and be like, "It's Flavor Aid." It
You're
was
like,
you're
no,
drinking the
you're
Flavor
just-
Aid.
They're
Oh, that
drinking
made me
the
real sad.
they're drinking the generic store brand purple drink.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Like, you know what's funny? I have the same thought. Whenever I hear drink the Kool-Aid, I'm like, it's Flavor Aid.
We
Yeah.
do it every time. Every single time.
It's like knowing it's that horrible thing where like it's not a good story, so you don't want to bring it up, and it's never has any sort of contextual like connection to what's happening, so you don't want
No,
to
it
say
Oh
it.
God.
It's
It
like
just makes you
knowing
look like an asshole.
it's like knowing the right way to say fort. You know,
Oh,
you
instead of
never
forte.
like cut somebody off and be like, "Well, actually, that word is pronounced fort."
All right, I think I fixed it. Oh my gosh.
Yay.
I put on lipstick, okay?
So
So
did
you
Gina.
better keep this this train
Yeah.
on the track.
You know, someday we'll have a stream with no errors.
In the in
Well,
the
now I'm not. Now we won't. You said that.
All
in the
right.
vein of everything else that's been on. Oh, sorry. I was just going to mention our final sponsor of Hydrox. Hydrox, the non-Oreo Oreo.
Oh yes.
It's old school.
Tom
Whoa!
Snyder's favorite sandwich cookie.
We're back. We
For
look
those
good.
of you who know who Tom Snyder is.
All right, guys, we're back. Here we go. All right, so I think the king, the true king, would maybe know what what this trial entails. But you know, we are far from my land, so it is perhaps best to just go through the trial and truly test your worthiness as king.
Of course. I am ready for anything.
And your servants here, are they prepared to partake in the test if needed as well?
And to look to them. Everyone.
I
Well, I
live
would-
to serve.
I would not turn away such a challenge.
I'm down to clown.
All right, then, since you agree, we will begin the test. He saunters over to you. You know, he's a broken minotaur, but he still stands very, tall. I mean, he's muscled and ripped. He's older, right? He clearly was powerful in his youth, but a lot of that power has been lost to the ages. So he stands up and kind of looks you over, and he says, "All right, then we will begin with the first test." He rubs his nose and looks at you with squinty eyes and says, "Please, future king, tell me, what animal best represents the king of the Minotaurs?"
What animal best represents them?
Yes, the true king will know what animal best represents the future king of the Minotaurs.
What animal best represents the future king of the Minotaurs? That's a great question.
Would this be a time for someone to roll history, or does anyone?
I'm going to venture to guess it might be a minotaur.
Or maybe like a cow?
What, like a bull?
Like a brave cow.
A brave cow. And that is the subtitle for tonight's episode, A Brave Cow.
Well, I have some, speaking out of character a little, I do have some history with Minotaurs, Bill. So I was wondering if that might give me any kind of insight towards this.
Sure. Why don't you roll a knowledge history and see what you get?
Ooh, this is probably not gonna do well. Oh no, that's a big fat 8. I'm gonna use a fate point and re-roll that, and maybe not get an 8. Ah, I mean that's better. That would be a 15.
A
Much
15.
better.
So, you don't remember any sort of stories at all about animals that represent minotaurs. You're pretty sure you've never heard of this concept before, and it's not something that, you know, you've ever heard of.
Just say cow.
Say cow?
It's gotta be cow.
Let me spice it up then. They, I know what to say. I turn to the broken king and I say, obviously, the animal that best represents the king of minotaurs, would be a powerful, a deadly, huge bull with large horns of great courage and strength, obviously.
He looks at you with eyes that are, clouded over with glaucoma and, blurred pupils large as they bring in the light of the day, trying to focus in on you. He says, "But of course it would be. Look at us. Our people are proud, proud bulls with strong horns and muscles, and we work hard each day. Yes, you must be the king. Only the king would be able to know that the animal that best represents the Minotaur would be a powerful bull. That's true. All right, you have passed the first of 4 tests.
Yay.
I bet you think that there should have been 3 tests, don't you?
It is a proud number with an ancient lineage.
But there are 4 tests. Do you know why there are 4 tests?
Why are there 4 tests?
1 for each hoof of the mighty bull that best represents the Minotaur of my people.
Ah, very wise.
All right. Trial number 2. And he reaches into a backpack that's slung over his side. It looks like a belt pouch on him because he's so big, but it's actually just like a leather backpack. And he reaches into it and he pulls out a rock, and he walks over and he holds it out to you. Do you take it from him?
Like a big rock?
It's a rock that's like, maybe like, I don't know, like the size of a softball, let's say.
Please take it and in your best Charlie Brown voice say, "I got a rock."
I got it.
It's just a rock? Nothing weird about it?
What? Why don't you roll a perception check?
Knowledge. Weird.
The rock winks at you.
I mean, he has had a plant talk to him, to be
I was gonna
fair.
say that's not too far off.
16.
16. So it's dusty and covered in mud and caked over with, just like
Covered in cake.
pebbles
You gotta
and
say, eat that rock!
but you're pretty sure the rock is a potato. A large potato.
Oh.
What on earth is happening?
This minotaur is a large potato.
Oh my god. I look down at the clearly not a rock, and I look back at him, and I just take the potato and I hold it in my hand.
He says, "This mighty rock I brought all the way from my kingdom, a week's journey east of the mighty mountain ranges to the east of us here. This rock has traveled with me that entire time, and I brought it in order to find the Minotaur with the strength to crush that rock with one hand. So you must prove that you are that Minotaur. Crush that rock with one hand, and you will pass my second trial."
It's called the mashed potato test.
I
Crush
don't
it.
even hesitate. I
Crush
instantly try and crush it with one hand.
You should crush it against your forehead.
Yes, like a beer can.
Actually, yes, I will do that. I just smash it against my head.
Ew.
So as you do, The potato, which is very, very old, but still a potato, smashes with ease against your thick forehead, and you now have mashed potato pushed against your brow, and he laughs. Only the true Minotaur King would know that that rock was actually a potato. Good on you for smashing it against your skull.
This test is like to become the president of a frat.
I say, I think I whisper it, but I say in common to my friends, I say, I feel like the bar is very low to be the king of the Minotaur.
I was very fascinated by this rock until 1 second ago.
The Minotaur's like, what makes you think I don't speak common?
Whispered.
The Broken King Antigonos looks over the crowd and says, "This is a good day to crown a new king. I should tell you, this is the first time that we've ever gotten this far in the trial. And I've tested many people who have come along this path."
How many people, sir?
He looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, I really don't understand what you're saying. Excuse me, perhaps future king, what gibberish is this fishman saying?"
He asks you, oh broken king, how many people have taken this mighty test of strength and will to become the king?
Quite a few. I would say definitely over 4 people have taken this test.
And they haven't gotten this far?
No, not a single one.
Were they alive?
Yes. You know, it's very difficult. Most were unable to choose the animal that best represents the Minotaur King. And there was one who made it to the rock test, but their muscles were too weak. They were not able to squeeze it.
I run up and hug Fury and I say, "Oh my gosh, you made it so far!"
Yes, of course.
Congratulations.
Thank you, friend.
Are you ready for the third trial?
Of course. Bring it on.
All right. Now, this one is very difficult. I do not expect you to pass it. But you have come so far, it would be a shame not to try, you know?
Of course.
It is said among my people, when we think back into the far past. Woo! Sorry, my crown. When we think about the far past, and we think about all the great kings that once ruled the people, the Minotaur of my land, the name that always comes up is the great Minotaur king, Grand Rotus. Grand Rotus was not only the strongest of the Minotaur kings, but also the wisest. If you are the future Minotaur king, tell me, what was his mantra?
What was King Grantos' mantra?
Yes, what was King Grandrotos's great mantra that we still repeat to this day?
I whisper to Fury, "Wait an hour after eating before you go swimming."
I whisper back, I don't think minotaurs swim all that much. That one's quite the stumper. Well, I suppose I can maybe try and roll to see if I've even heard of this king.
Sure.
Hang on, before you do that, can I walk over to Fury and cast guidance
Yes,
so I can give him a die 4 advantage on the roll?
you may, yes.
All right, I walk over to Fury and I say, "May you find the answer and make it true."
Oh, thank you, my good fish friend. I greatly appreciate your guidance and assistance in this trial. And now I roll with a die 4.
You get an extra die 4 on top of your whatever number you roll for your skill check.
That's cool.
Oh,
Your
that was a
ability
4.
check.
That was a 4 on the die 4, and that's a that's negative. I got a 17.
It was literally the most he could give you. He gave it all.
Yes,
So you got a 17 on your history?
total. Yeah.
Okay. You have never heard of the great Minotaur king Grandrotus, nor have you heard anything about his grand mantra.
Is there any kind of phrasing, common like words of wisdom said among minotaurs that might be something that he might be,
Yes, it's never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Can I is it possible maybe I could have would remember something from my own from my studies with my researcher sage background?
Yeah, possibly. Why don't you roll a knowledge history?
I'll take any help I can get. He's not saying no to me getting help. So.
24.
A 24. You know that there are many Minotaur, tribes and clans out there that have a ton of different traditions. You have never heard of this great Minotaur king, Grandrotus, though, nor are you familiar with his mantra.
Would I remember if is it it's like he's asking about like a personal mantra, or would I know if like different tribes had like is are mantras like a thing that like maybe it's part of like their...
You have never read anything about a Minotaur mantra in your past.
That is just as good info. That is great information right there. That you've never heard of a Minotaur mantra.
Yeah.
So it could be a trick question.
Yeah. So like, does it seem like he reveres this king?
Who?
The Broken King. Like that. This like, I don't know. Like just
roll an insight.
Let me consult the ancient texts.
16.
No, it doesn't seem like he was speaking in a revered manner.
Okay, so I kind of like walk over, like I kind of lean in, and just kind of tell Fury like what I remember, and like I think Sears point might be a good one. It's possible that he's testing your willingness to, I don't know, to tell him the truth.
Oh, well, thank you. I believe I know then the answer to this part of the trial.
Lannisters always pay their debts.
I turn to the Broken King and I tell him, well, the mantra of the king, that old king, that wise king, Granatosa, is the mantra is that he didn't have one. Because he was so wise, he didn't need one.
He looks at you, kind of shuffles back and forth, looking into your face, trying to discern some sort of, answers to some unsaid questions in his mind. And he lets out a large belly laugh. Yes, my friend, that is true. He was the wisest of us, that king. But who's ever heard of a Minotaur mantra? That's not what we do. We just live our lives day by day. And what comes, comes. which in itself sounds like a mantra, but I promise you it isn't. It's just something I said today.
I see. Well then.
This is remarkable. I've never met someone who was able to get so far in my trial. You've passed 3 of the 4 hoofs, and now it's time for the last test. Are you ready, future king?
I am ready.
So he walks over to his amphora on the ground, and he brings it over and places it down in front of you. And he says, long ago, I was given a vision by the Minotaur god, Mogus. He cursed me with that vision. It was a curse to discover the true king for my people. He cursed me to carry this amphora across the land. The trial is this. This amphora was crafted by Mogus himself, and it is the perfect size and dimensions of the future king of the Minotaurs. So, if you can fit in this amphora perfectly, you will be the new king of my people.
If I can fit into this amphora.
Yes.
Just eyeballing it, does it look like that's even remotely possible?
Yeah. No, it's big.
Okay.
It's big.
Okay.
That's a very interesting quest that Mogus gave out, cursed you with. I myself am a disciple of his.
So you know his whims. Sometimes he wants you to fight, and other times he says, jump into a big vat of wine and let's see what happens.
Yes, yes.
Is it empty?
It is empty, yes.
Okay.
I, as an actual
Heartbreaking
disciple of
revelation.
Mogus, does this actually sound like something he'd do?
It sounds, it's not completely out of character, but it's not like, he's not known for his, like dichotomous character like that. He's kind of more into, battle and things like that.
Less whimsical curses.
Yeah.
Odd curses. Interesting.
Can a Minotaur fit in there?
Can a Minotaur fit in here? Maybe a small one.
Like a baby.
Like a younger one, yeah. Maybe a teenage Minotaur.
I was
Does
a
anyone
teenage
have the
Minotaur.
spell reduce?
No, that's a good idea.
I turn to the others, speaking common. Well, this seems pretty simple. Just try and fit in it.
Well, which one of us the smallest? Calliope's the smallest.
Isn't
I think that
No, Fury
whoever
has
it
to fit
is,
in it.
I think that whoever it is, we should actually let them stand up straight. We should all hold it and then put it slowly over them versus trying to climb into it and break it and everything else. Just my thought.
Well,
I think it has to be Fury because
it
he
has to
passed
be-
all the other.
yeah, it has to be.
Oh, well, they said we could help, so I thought it was.
And you might be able to get it on me, or some variation.
Yeah, we could try to.
Yeah, I mean, we can put your shoulders in and kind of get as minimally wide as possible.
I just question for the group. Do we trust this guy?
No.
Because I don't remember
Deciding we wanted to be the
become
next
king
Minotaur.
of a group of Minotaurs.
I'm uncertain
Being
that
on
we
our
have
side
much of a
quest list.
choice, though. That's the thing.
So I'm
is
just
that-
curious before we stick Fury in a giant vat. I don't know. Just a question.
Jump in the vat.
I'm like this trial smacks of I don't know, satyr shenanigans. So maybe that's
I'm
just
gonna
my own.
guess he's not the
Maybe that's
actual
my own
king.
history.
I feel like all of these tests have been relatively simple.
The Court of Horns. Okay.
Possibly, yes. Well, if you're so worried that something might happen to me, of course, if some kind of
Oh, we're
trickery
not
has been done
worried.
on me, you could always kill him, and I can always break out of this thing. Does it look particularly hard to smash if I was inside it,
All right.
Bill?
I mean, it's made of clay, so it
You
doesn't
knock
seem
it
to be
over, it breaks.
doesn't seem reinforced or anything like that.
I think we
Does-
lift it over your head and we slide it down on top of you.
But I mean,
All right.
it's a lot. I mean, it's large, right? It can hold like 60 or 70 gallons of wine. So, I mean, it's probably, probably at least 100 pounds, right?
Can I
Yeah.
Jump in the vat.
A clay
can I-
clay pot that can hold 60 to 70 gallons. That thing's probably at least 500 or 600 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty heavy, right?
Can I cast identify to determine if this is like a magic item or if it's magic imbued?
You can.
Does that seem like something we should do, guys?
Yes,
Period.
absolutely.
Try it. I see no reason why not. In case this is,
Okay.
a problem.
Fine.
I do that.
All right, so you cast.
Identify.
Okay. It is non-magical.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, then there's no worry there.
And it's not imbued with any magic at all?
Nope, it is completely not magical.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that it is a dusty old antique. So,
I see no problems here. In
happy
that case,
swimming.
Nicandros, take my
Yeah.
things so that they don't get in the way.
Sure.
I
You don't want
hand
all
him-
your stuff soaked with wine?
Of course.
You
I
get
hand
pulled
him.
over by a sheriff?
I start handing Nicandros all my things, including my axe, because I don't know if that'll easily fit with me.
Yeah,
Where's
take 'em all.
Malice right now? Is he like strapped
Oh.
to the horse?
Likely he's still beside me.
All right.
Like, right, just standing there.
Seems like a wonderful opportunity to potentially hear a little squeak from our friend that we've never met yet in the bag.
Mr. Planty Face.
All right, now that I have nothing on me, firing my clothes, I walk up and I say, let's try and get this on me then. How should we proceed?
I still
I
think
mean-
that we should turn it upside down and then
like,
slowly put it on top of you.
Candrace's hands are full.
Here, I will give me the stuff, Pete's sake.
There you go. I say, does he have to? I say to the Minotaur in Minotaur, does he have to go into it from the top, or could we put it on him upside down?
Well, that's a great question. The amphora needs to be standing on its base. So you could put him in it upside down if you want, but then you need to put it right side up.
Just
I think
crawl
this
in the
guy's
damn
just-
thing.
Drunk and bored.
Okay, just keep it steady for me.
I was like,
Yeah.
you drank all the wine.
I'll hold it steady.
And
I look inside. Is there wine in there still?
Nope, it is completely empty. It's
Oh.
stained purple with, wine of the past.
Yes.
It has that empty bottle kind of smell, but otherwise is empty.
I start trying to climb on in.
All right, Fury. So you begin moving into this amphora. It's big enough that you're like getting into it. Okay, you're able to put your body into it. And so you are fitting in it. But he said you had to fit perfectly, right? So you got to get into it.
Okay, I see.
Put your
Yeah.
back into it.
I suppose I try and scrunch myself further down to try and fit perfectly inside.
All
Do you
right.
need help, friend? And I like put my paw on top of his head,
Yes, I will take the help.
and I like slowly push him in.
Careful.
All right,
Carefully.
so Fury begins maneuvering his body into this large amphora. Fury, roll a die 20. This die 20 determines
That
your
guy
future
in the
as the
middle.
king of the Minotaurs.
Do I want higher or lower?
Well, good question. I'd shoot for high.
I'd shoot for high. In that case, I might even use a fate point for this.
Fair.
Washang! Nothing affecting it. Just a die 20.
Just a regular die 20.
Washang! Ooh, 18.
18. All right. So, Fury begins squatting down, like trying to fill up the space of this amphora. But when he gets to his lowest point, the crown of his head and his large white hair is peeking out of the top of the amphora. And the Broken King looks and says, doesn't quite seem to fit. Maybe give him a push down. See if that works.
He fits, and I start pushing him down.
All right, so Nicandros is like pushing down on your head, but there's no extra space for you to go in. You still got a couple inches before you can fit. And the broken... Oh, go ahead, Fury. Sorry.
Is it just my hair that's basically sticking out?
No, it's like a couple inches of the top of your head also.
Turn your head.
So the broken...
Very small thoughts, friend.
The Broken King Antigonus looks and says, this is very disappointing. You passed so many of the tests. I think you are the king. We just gotta make sure you'll fit in there right. And he grabs the rusted battle axe at his side and says, let's just chop off a little off the top. Roll for initiative as he begins swinging at you.
God damn it.
Everyone, let's roll for initiative.
I was trying to get a charm person in there before that.
Do you want our initiative in the chat or?
No, just tell it to me. I'm gonna write it down here.
23.
So we got 23 for Calliope.
24.
24 for Seer. Sorry, it was 12 for Fury?
It was 15.
Oh, 15, sorry.
It's 12 for Nicandros.
12 for Nicandros. Rhea?
No.
Sitting this one out, Rhea?
It's a no. No, it's an 11.
11 for Rhea. And then
I'd like to double down.
Let's see where our good friend will be. Okay. Fury, roll a die 20 again.
Die 20 again?
Yeah.
Washing. That is a 17.
Okay. All right, so you see the Broken King swing back with his mighty axe, headed towards the top of Fury's head, trying to make him a king, right? I don't know what the problem is. Seer, you're up.
Okay. I am going to attempt to charm person.
Okay.
I'd like to turn him. I'd like to have him be more friendly, less axe wieldy. To us would be wonderful.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
Am I gonna find that? I'm sorry.
It's like it'll probably be on your spell page, like around like.
Oh, there it is. 13.
13. Okay. So you begin casting Charm Person, and you do. You have charmed the Broken King Antigonus. What that means is, this charm creature now regards you as a friendly acquaintance. But what else do we know? It is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until any of your companions do anything harmful to it. And the creature, when the spell ends, the creature knows that it was charmed by you. So you have charmed. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say you have charmed the Broken King Antigonus.
So I quickly say, I think we see him fit already. I'm uncertain that we need to further take anything off of it. I think it's all about perspective. You see, I'm shorter than you. I look over the top, and Can I throw a little persuasion in here too?
Sure.
I look over the top and I see it. I see a 17 on persuasion. I see that he's below the level. I don't think we need to, go hacking at anything anymore.
Okay, so we're in combat, but I'm gonna resolve that action on his action. Okay, because he'll respond to you. All right.
Yeah.
So Seer, you just went. Do you want to move or anything?
No, I think I'm good for right now. I'll stay a little bit away.
All right, Calliope, you're up next.
Point of clarification.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Can everybody control their characters, by the way?
I can do mine.
Okay.
Yes.
And I can do mine.
okay, well, I just point of rules clarification.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I cast a spell on him, does it like upend the effects of Chris's spell?
If you do anything harmful to him.
Okay. Then in that case, I am going to hold my turn. I'm gonna just walk. Is he like? He's kind of far away from us, right? We're just kind of.
Looks like I'm gonna say it's about 30
30
feet or so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold off, and I am going to. I'm gonna hold off.
Okay, you're gonna hold?
Yeah.
All right, next up is Fury. Fury, you're up. Fury, you need to roll for me really quickly. Can you roll a DC? No, sorry. Can you roll a dexterity acrobatics check?
Dexterity, acrobatics. All right. Washing. Is that one? Ooh, that's pretty good. 20.
Okay, so you are inside this amphora, but you feel like if you wanted to, it's your choice. You could escape from it. You don't feel restrained or anything like that.
I heard what my companion was saying outside of it. Yes.
Yes.
I can hear things clearly.
Uh-huh.
Did he sound convincing?
We lost Gina.
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
Gina, come back. Now I'm Nicandros. Now I'm Calliope.
Both.
Hey. The unbelly shirt if I'm gonna stand up.
When we put this one on YouTube, we're just gonna call it the comedy of errors.
The mulligan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right?
I'll be right back.
All right, join us next week when we run this exact same adventure. All right, while we wait, how we doing, chat? Anybody here? It's so quiet over there. I can never tell. I'm looking at the Twitch overlay, but it's like, I don't know.
Last I see is 5-head.
We have some people, but I'm not really sure how many of these people are real people or just like bots that are trying to
Mm-hmm. Do something while I got the time.
Should we throw up your maintenance page?
We could. I thought we'd be more entertaining than that, but it doesn't
Look.
seem like we're super entertaining.
Well, I mean, we can
Brian's
be.
entertained.
I mean,
He's got the popcorn out.
Right? Oh, yes. Hype, hype, hype. That's right. Thank you, Trisma. I'm hyped as well.
Points. Dude, that would be the coolest thing about virtual learning.
What?
Is if our kids could have like emotes in our class.
In chat? Yeah.
That would make me happy.
Well, put it on the list, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what that last emote is. What is that?
Looks like whiskey to me.
Is it?
Full of clouds.
Yeah, not sure. Trisma, were you here earlier when we were having when we were having like all the sound issues.
Nice. Oh, duh. Rocks. Makes more sense than clouds.
Potatoes.
It's a whiskey on the potatoes.
Yeah, we do have a lot of users right now, but I don't know. Some of these I definitely have seen before, but some of them I don't think are real people. We had someone earlier named Meet Hot Local Moms. Do you think that's an actual viewer of Test Noodle
Yeah,
Shop?
that's awesome.
They're
That
like
sounds
trying to like
great.
oh, well, you're lucky. We actually started like 40 minutes late, Trisma. We were having such sound issues. We just started basically like 10 minutes ago. I don't even know. Not 10 minutes ago, but half an hour maybe.
We started precisely when we wanted to start.
I like this chat interaction. It's nice. It makes me feel like a real streamer. I was telling Mandy that as soon as I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna quit my job. Yeah, just be a full time.
You talk about how much you like it now, but now we're gonna get these emoticons and pictures that we have no idea what they mean. It's just gonna be like, you know, Charlie Sheen standing on a on a cliff, and we're gonna be like, I don't understand that, and no one's gonna be there to explain it to us.
It's all right. Most of them are from Trisma, so we can ask about that. Someday, maybe we'll have our own emotes. That'd be cool.
I don't understand why he got through. I thought being 12, you're not. It's against the terms of use for Twitch, right? You got to be at least 13.
Here.
Nick,
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure this little pluggy thing is here.
Yeah.
That was very sultry. Just make sure this little pluggy thing is in.
Sorry, how's that for suspenseful?
That was good.
This laptop needs to have the charger plugged in, and I guess it was like slightly not at the correct angle.
We've moved into the ASMR phase.
Very particular
of the evening tonight. Here, I'm gonna start scratching the microphone.
So my apologies.
We missed you a bunch.
Had to get my in-house IT guy to come.
Well, it's nice that you have that, right? It's
yes.
nice,
Yeah. I probably wouldn't have my job anymore. If I didn't.
His normal response is just reinstall Windows
because of reasons.
Yeah, her laptop is at the traditional laptop stage of, if it comes unplugged for 2 seconds, it dies.
Yeah, that's the best. I love that.
So.
Okay, so when we last left, sorry everybody. So when we last left, we had Fury jumping into this amphora trying to fit. The Broken King saw that he almost fit and said he was going to remedy the situation. At the head of his rusty battle axe, he swung it at Fury's head, and while he was, Seer charmed him and told him, "Hey, it looks like he does fit. We're all friends here, right?" Kalliope took up a defensive position, and Fury, here we are. You are in this amphora. What do? This axe is coming towards you.
On the one hand, that's a very dangerous situation. On the other hand, I trust my friends, and I believe that they can stop this, so why possibly ruin a good thing? So for now, I hold my turn and remain in the amphora.
That's very trusting, Fury. Very trusting.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Can we, if you hold your turn, do you lose your turn, or can you take it at a later moment?
Great question that I don't know the official answer to, so if any rules lawyers out there want to email me about it. But for tonight, what we're going to say is it means, you can take your turn at any point, and that becomes your new initiative.
Got it.
Okay. All right, so Fury decides to not act. And now it's the Broken King Antigonus's turn. He continues to swing his axe. And Fury, you feel the air of the axe whoosh, breeze by your face, breeze through your hair, and slam into the ground next to you, shaking the amphora, tremors moving through the earth. That would have been a very dangerous blow had it have struck. And he raises his arms into the air and says, "You have passed the test of the Broken King Antigonus. What is your name?"
Me?
Yes.
My name is the Undying Fury, I say within the amphora. Can I move out of this amphora now? As my voice is muffled.
He
It's a
says,
very long name.
yes, King Fury, the Undying, please emerge victorious from your kingly amphora. At first I wasn't sure that you truly were the king. But when your fish friend here muttered those words at me in a language I do not understand, what I thought to myself was, if his friends are willing to speak for him so passionately, he must truly be the king. So rise, king, rise.
I rise out of the amphora and start climbing my way out. Yes, I am the king.
He walks over to you and he takes off his silver crown and he says, all right, King Fury, please get on one knee.
I get on one knee.
He takes the crown and he places it on your head. And then he takes a step back and he says, rise, King Fury, King of the Minotaur.
Get on 2 feet, and I promptly give a very victorious yell. Like loud.
He looks at everyone and he says, everyone, clap for the king! Clap for him!
I say, all right, it's Miller time.
I clap. I'm also gonna cast thaumaturgy to do like some glitter. Yay!
This clap is brought to you by Miller Lite.
He walks over to Fury and he says, also, these belong to you now, king. And he gives you the backpack that he was using as a belt pouch, and he hangs it over your neck. And he takes off his tattered robes, and he attempts to put them on your shoulders. Do you take it?
How bad do they smell?
they don't smell great. You ever pet a goat?
Cow?
Yeah, it's
Like, imagine if a cow was also a homeless man.
As he starts giving me some, I'm like, oh, I appreciate the rose, but I insist that you keep them, my friend.
He says, you are a wise and generous king. He puts the robes on. And he says, now I must travel back to my people and let them know of your arrival. When shall I tell them you will be coming to lead them in their daily lives, making decisions for everything that they do each and every day?
Well, I am currently on a very important quest dealing with the returned, as you know. Strange creatures they are. So, I may be gone for some time. So I am not quite sure, but I will see to this at some point in the future. Where are you going exactly?
To get to our lands, you travel east until you get to the large mountains. When you reach the mountains, travel for 1 week further. Now remember, that's a Minotaur week, not a non-Minotaur week. Okay. Keep traveling for an easterly direction for 1 Minotaur week, and you will arrive at our lands. You'll know you're there when you see the giant statues of cows, large bulls that represent our kingdom, if you recall, from earlier in this trial.
Yes, I see what you say. Well, I thank you for crowning me as your people's king, and I will see to it that I will arrive at the quickest opportunity.
Make sure you do, king, and I will herald your arrival. And with that, he turns around and he begins walking east. He leaves the amphora behind. Its purpose no longer, its purpose fulfilled. He moves on to the east.
All right. Good job, team.
Big day for Fury.
Yeah. Well done. I look at the crown. What's it made of?
It is silver.
And the backpack he gave me. What's inside of it?
Inside the backpack, there's a handful of copper coins, 16 of them. There's a large carnelian gem,
Ooh.
and there's an etching, a wood etching. And the etching is, if you look at it, it looks like a minotaur, like a youthful minotaur, like maybe like a child or a young teenager, and he's very bookish looking.
It's like a smart cow.
Yeah, like a smart minotaur.
Interesting.
A smart.
An intelligent bovine.
Well then, I have 50. It was 15 copper, right? Or was it 16?
16, yeah.
He
Just
has
keep it.
a master's degree
So
in
just keep it?
bovinity.
Yeah, they're pennies. Just keep
I
it.
guess I'll just keep the. Yeah, I'll keep it.
You guys don't want 3 pennies each?
Nah, I'm good. I'm
All
straight.
right.
It
I'll
makes me
keep
sad. I like look after him and I say like, does anybody feel like he just gave us like literally the last of his belongings? Makes me
I
feel
think
kind
you're
of
right.
sad.
Sometimes it's good to give up your belongings and, see the world from a more, well, not Spartan, but a more spiritual, to give up the material.
Well, I hope that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I hope so as well. But
perfectly normal to walk through the desert.
I
with no
am king now,
belongings.
and that's
Worked for Jesus.
cool.
Do we
It
have
did.
to
For a little while.
Well, for a little bit.
So what is Fury, what is your full title now?
I am. That's a great question.
Fury what is it? The
I am
Undying
the
Fury.
Undying Fury. So that means I am
King
the
of the
Undying
King of the Minotaurs.
Fury.
Fitter in amphoras.
Fitter.
Smasher of potatoes.
Smasher of potatoes. I like that one.
The Undying Fury. Recognizer of cows. Smasher of potatoes. King of the Minotaur.
That gets to be his name. I'm gonna be Seer, killer of combat planned by DM.
That's all right. I got plenty of combats that can't be killed. So
That would kill you.
Ooh.
all right. So you watch as this the broken king, the once broken king, no, the broken once king, Antigonos, makes his way around the bend, and after about 5 or 6 minutes, you no longer see him. He has traveled east to the lands to tell of your coming, Fury. And here we
Anybody
are.
else wants to sing around the bend? Credence, little Credence. No.
I'll admit that while I am the greatest warrior of this entire world, I will admit that I know nothing about being a king.
Can I be a princess?
Was that your first proclamation?
Yes.
Are we also
I know
heading east?
nothing.
Are we just
I think
following
you'd have
him?
to be his daughter to be a princess.
You are technically heading east right now, but you're going to be moving north.
So we're not just awkwardly following him. We're like awkwardly like walking behind him, talking about how we defeated him.
Oh, like when you say bye and then you guys are like parked in the same direction. So like
you keep running into each other at stoplights.
Really wish I wouldn't have flipped that guy off.
Okay, well, I, for one, am ready to get moving, kids. And I run and I jump onto my horse.
Oh, why don't you roll an athletics check?
I can't just mirthfully jump onto my horse.
I think that requires an athletics check to jump onto your horse.
I feel like
that's some
do
Spider-Man
it.
shit.
Is it athletics or is it acrobatics? Oh, we don't have acrobatics anymore, do we?
No, there's acrobatics.
There's acrobatics too. You could do either, whichever.
17.
Okay, you do. Go ahead, describe it.
Yeah. So I I say, all right, kids, let's go, and then I leap mirthfully toward my horse, and I land just right on her. She doesn't have a name yet, so I just pat her on the butt.
We already decided we're going with the cheese theme for the Fine Cantina.
Yeah, I
The
was gonna
pick.
say that was a very anticlimactic description of your mirthful leap onto a horse. Literally the first time in the adventure that you've done a mirthful leap and didn't have to crowbar in the word
Well,
mirthful.
she's done a bunch of mirthful leaps. She's been leaping all over the place.
The last time I used it, I was like, I'm gonna find a sentence where I can crowbar in that damn word.
All right, so what are we doing, party? What's our plan?
I
I'm gonna
suppose
follow
heading,
Calliope and her athletics.
I suppose continuing the way we came, the way we were going, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
towards
I get
the
on my
tomb
horse.
or the river. I guess we were going.
The river.
towards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the place for Fury's king.
Yes, later. But as we get onto the horses, I would take my crown off, and then of course I'd go to put my helmet on, and then I put the crown on top of my helmet. As ridiculous as that will look, and I make sure it fits.
Nice.
And
I say,
then,
well, lead on, good king.
of course, I know a lot about leading, as you know, and I ride.
I slowly mutter under my breath, yeah, that probably wouldn't have been so good if I didn't just, totally help with the charm person, but that's fine. No worries. I'm good.
Don't worry,
So-
you will.
Yes, you've saved us from glorious battle. Thank you. As a paladin of glory, I appreciate it.
Wanted
Do
to
not
fight
worry.
somebody.
When
It's
we
okay, I
go,
can find someone.
I lay a hand on Nicandros and I said, "Don't worry, there will be many things to kill soon. I know it. My kingly wisdom says so."
Yes, I think there's some potatoes coming up over here.
All right, so you guys begin traveling back the way, or back onto the path that was decided by Seer and Fury when you guys left the pool of Lith with the harpies earlier in the day. You travel throughout the afternoon to the evening, and the sun begins going down. The sun begins going down, and it's time to set up camp for the evening. Tell me about your plans for this evening.
Oh, well.
Good question.
Eat.
You
pray,
believe, based off the
love.
map that you guys,
In that order.
based off the map you guys have been following and Seer's navigation, you believe that you will you'll likely hit the river tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Well, I plan to get rid of these 2 levels of exhaustion.
No, I thought you did by Nicandros' healing.
Oh.
That's, you know what? Yeah.
Remember, there wasn't enough to go around for
Yeah,
me.
Seer has some exhaustion.
There is now. Now that I'm level 2, I can do it twice.
But Seer, by the time you get to camp, it's past that 4 hours, right? So by the time you set up camp, your exhaustion's gone.
Just in time for
Cool.
bed.
Just in
Just
time
in
to
time
take
for
a sleep.
bed.
I stay up all night.
Now you have exhaustion.
It's wonderful to be tripping balls for hours and then just before bed, done.
Yeah, I mean,
charm my own self.
I'll take last watch because I tend to get up early anyway. So however people want to do it.
I cannot believe what is going on right now.
What's happening?
We lost it again.
Oh my god, we did. This time we lost the whole black thing too.
Yeah,
What
we're
on
just
earth?
we're
We
just
still have
really
the audio, but yeah, God.
If
Sorry,
you
guys.
can hear us.
I think they can hear us. Let me check.
They can.
Okay.
How many
Welcome to the
days are
Tusk
there?
Noodle Shop
And
podcast.
welcome back, Rhea.
Yo.
Okay, so why don't you guys describe what you're doing while I fix this for all of us?
Well, we have food, right?
If you have rations, you didn't go hunting today, right?
Oh, I guess we didn't. Do I
Should have
have
killed that
rations?
Minotaur.
I do
Oh,
have rations. Is it possible for me to cook my rations and make it taste better?
When
When you spice up some ramen, you know,
yeah, you could spice it up a little bit.
put some
All
butter
right.
on there.
I have not only will I do that, I have the cooking utensils to help me. So I will do that. Roll to cook, which is, would you say it's intelligence or wisdom?
Wisdom, cooking's wisdom for sure.
Yes.
As a cook, I say wisdom. Rhea, what do you think?
How much
I
is a
agree
cubic
completely.
foot?
How much what?
How much is a cubic foot?
A cubic foot is a foot by a foot by a foot.
It's a bunch of rulers
it's
in a
like
cube.
this by this
So I
by
mean,
this.
that's like
this
enough
big.
food for everybody, right?
A cubic foot. It depends what kind of. Yeah, probably.
Well,
even if it was salad, right? Like,
so Fury, if you can warm up our food, I can make it taste better.
I could do that.
I could flavor it up. We could team cook.
Sure, that sounds great. I'll cook everyone's rations. I'll do that.
I want it to taste like birthday cake.
Okay, so can you guys describe the camp for me? I just want to kind of picture it, maybe our viewers as well. Like, based off your equipment, the kinds of things that you brought with us, what does this camp look like? How are you setting it up?
Pavilion. That large pavilion.
It looks like Ringling Brothers.
Yes, I have a tent that I set up and curse while doing so. And
as is tradition.
Yeah, as is tradition, exactly. I'm gonna go fish and drink. But no, just a tent, and I would say that if I'm describing our campsite, I would say it's extremely fortified, very difficult to get in there. Lots of ground traps and moat.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut down some trees and make like a palisade around the camp.
Oh yes, yes. And large.
You're like, remember that scene in The Predator when they were like setting up booby traps in the jungle?
Yeah.
It's a little something like that.
Yeah, none of us are wearing our shirts, and we're just very oily.
I'm shaving without shaving cream, just like
with a knife. With a knife.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a tent, but I'm not gonna set it up because it's a nice night, right? You said that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
We're in the Mediterranean, it's nice.
I like a little privacy at night, so that's why I'm setting mine up.
So I'm gonna set up my hammock between two trees that I assume are available.
Is it banana shaped? Would you say
a banana hammock?
Aren't all hammocks banana shaped? Really? Kind of.
Thank you
for
stepping. Just step on that joke. Just throw it down. Throw it down on that. You know what? Tonight's episode is brought to you by Bad Puns. I once had a chicken that could count her own eggs. She was a mathema chicken.
Oh, wow.
I also, I don't have a tent, but I do have a bedroll, and so I'm going to set it up I'm going to find like a plushy area of grass and greenery and.
Isn't it a desert?
Kind of set.
No, it's like like a Mediterranean kind of, olive
like
trees
Crete?
and figs. I don't know. Yeah, like Crete. Yeah.
So.
Well, I would also offer. I have at least room for 2 more people in this tent. If anyone would like to, share my tent.
Fury and Nicandros, are you?
I have taken an oath of celibacy. I'm afraid.
I'm talking about letting you share in the tent, nothing else.
No, I prefer to sleep under the stars.
Get your minds out of the ravine.
I have a bedroll, and I just lay it out next to the fire, and hands on paws, head on my paws, shield right next to me, spear right next to that, just kicking it.
I would have my bedroll set up also near the fire, where I would have all my cooking utensils, currently trying to heat up everyone's rations, make it all nice. And my dog, Malice, would be there laying next to me, and as well as my sack of dirt next to me as well, for whatever reason.
Can't lose your sack of dirt.
Occasionally peeking into it. Quiet.
So you see King Fury occasionally peeking into his sack of dirt, looking...
That's a sentence.
Sometimes muttering,
Is it?
Okay, so if I get it correct, it seems like our camp has 1 tent and 4 people in bedrolls all around a campfire. Does that sound
not
right?
a target now. Not a target at all.
Okay, so as Fury is kind of cooking things up for the night, everyone's just kind of, shaking off the troubles of the day, maybe praying to their gods, maybe doing a little exercise, foraging for olives. Fury, actually, anybody, roll a perception check. Roll a perception check. Why did I repeat myself? Roll a perception check.
Why did you repeat myself?
You're missing the echo.
Well, I was a child. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm missing the echo. When I was a child, I used to do this thing where I would say words and then I would repeat the words silently. Does anyone else do that?
I remember when you did that.
I know. I don't know why I used to do it, but I used to.
17.
So we got 17 for Seer.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
10.
Perception.
Got a fat 10.
10 for
16.
You're busy cooking, Fury. Rhea 16.
What? Perception. Okay, I rolled a 10, so with my wisdom, it's an 8.
Nice.
Oh.
Why do you think I was telling him to
10.
get in the Amphora? I'm not wise. I'm not wise.
12.
12 for Calliope. Okay, so Calliope, Nicandros, Fury, you're kind of just busy setting up your own stuff, getting ready for the evening. Rhea and Seer, just about that like twilight hour when the light is perfect for photography, kind of
And
out
skin
of
sparkles.
Do it for the gram.
the trees, you see a woman. She's probably middle-aged,
Don't like that.
not incredibly attractive, but not ugly, just kind of normal, right? Average,
Regular.
Like a
regular,
Thursday night.
regular. Um,
Like the B squad at Jumbotron room.
she approaches the camp, and next to her is a young boy. It's a woman and a boy, and they're approaching the camp. Rhea and Seer, you're the first to see.
Hey, look, there's a woman and a young boy approaching the camp. Ho there! I'm not talking like specifically to her.
Wow.
I'm calling attention to myself. I walk up closer towards them.
So as you approach, you see that you would probably guess she's human for sure. You would guess she's probably somewhere in her mid-50s or so. The boy is probably around 12-ish. Also human. They are kind of dirty, not like super dirty, but like, they didn't just have a bath or anything like that. They're kind of look like they've maybe been on the road a while. And they're kind of walking towards your camp.
Can I maybe see if I can get a little insight on this?
Sure.
I walk up and I offer them
25.
25. What are you trying to insight?
Trying to see what, if I can divine their intentions.
Their intention seems to be to walk towards your camp. It's hard. You're not like Deanna Troi from Star Trek, right? So you can't like you can't read their emotions or anything. They just seem to be walking towards
falling
camp.
in love with me.
I can do whatever I want. I'm just putting it out there.
Who is that in chat? Did you see that? Bobby?
No, is that Shantae?
Shantae?
What
Is that a joke about Shanti? Is that somebody we know? Oh my god, yes.
Oh yeah, Shanti.
Who is that? When
was that?
I don't remember.
Shantae.
I cannot. For those of you who don't know what's going on right now, there's a god in like the standard 5th edition like mythos, and it's spelled like Chaut something. I don't know. Could not. Oh, it's Deanna. I was like, I could not. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, that has to be somebody we know because I could not pronounce this. I could not pronounce this god's name. I had no idea. I spent 2 minutes, easily 2 minutes. Probably, that's generous, Deanna. It probably was longer than that. Me trying to figure out this god's name. Oh my god, that's so funny. I forgot all about that. That happens all the time. Okay. Well, let's move on. But
I was going to make this joke and then I was like, no, don't.
Mandy makes fun of me all the time for not knowing how to pronounce things. I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh, why do we keep losing this?
Oh my god.
I'm losing my mind right now.
No.
I figured it out why it does it. I figured it out. It's
Why?
The problem
when
is
Chris makes a joke.
no, if I close a
Megan
certain
Shrapnel, I haven't talked for like 30, like at least 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
I haven't said a word in this conversation, and I find that outrageous.
Oh
All right,
my
well,
gosh.
we can certainly just go to talking head now. That's fine. That's
It's
fine.
fine.
It's
We can
all
just be a
fine.
podcast. It's fine.
It's fine. You know what? Who even needs this?
Who
Everyone
needs
just
video?
if you're our friends, just log into the Zoom call. You can just watch,
Chris,
Yeah, let's just throw the Zoom
It's like
call out.
going back to the days of radio.
Chris's background reminds me so much of Gulliver's, which is like the first place I saw / re-met Chris since junior high.
Yep.
Because that's where we had dinner with him the night that Bill asked him to be in our wedding.
Oh
And it was
yeah.
like the first time that I had that we had hung out with him since we had been dating. So
That was a
I'm
very
like,
good night.
yeah, I feel like we're like just waiting on the prime rib.
Gosh,
Waiting on
yeah.
I'm waiting on the
Waiting
prime
on-
rib.
Waiting on the prime rib and the unlimited creamed corn and creamed spinach.
I know, dude. That place is. I love anywhere you can get a delicious prime rib. We haven't had. We got takeout prime rib from
Oh,
Kristen
yeah.
Pitts.
It was not good.
Yeah, by that time I can't imagine. Yeah.
It was just for the memories. It was not terrible. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't.
No, it was fine. It just was, it just was like, what is going on here? I just cannot find anybody.
It's fine.
It's
Well, now I want a
fine.
Yorkshire pudding, so good job.
That's
I
polite.
think I know a joke about rocks since we had rocks earlier.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The only one in the right spot.
So at least people that have hit rock bottom are disciplining their pet rocks.
Dear God.
I didn't say it was a good joke. I said I knew a
For
joke.
days.
Yeah.
What
Why
happens
did
if you
the
get
chicken get across the road? Get to the other side.
We had
Why
a
did the dead baby cross the road?
because it was
Why?
stapled to the chicken?
To the chicken.
Oh, too soon, guys. Too
Not a good
soon.
one. Why did Tommy fall off his bicycle?
Why?
Because Tommy was a fish.
I don't. That was horrible. That was a horrible joke.
Dumber.
What
What
was-
happens if you
Please
get
tell me
if you
we have the Twitch back.
Why did the,
It's back.
Wait,
Twitch is back, everybody.
Why
Oh,
did the
good. There
why
it
did
is.
the monkey fall out of the tree?
Last one.
Because he was a fish.
oh last one we don't get an extra one in here. I was gonna say I really love whiteboards because they're remarkable.
Oh my
I
gosh.
hate all of you.
There's something, you know what it is? There's something
Crap.
about when I don't know. There's some window that if I minimize, it messes
There it is.
everything up. So we're gonna have to figure that out later. But
This is how I
Switch from
feel.
water
So-
to vodka.
Okay, I got one more.
what?
Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
What?
To get to
Why?
the bottom.
I love
I don't like any of this. I don't like any of it.
No.
Okay, so here we are. Thank you, Nicandros, for accurately portraying what's going on this stream.
I'm leaving it
Really?
until I'm not mad anymore.
Okay, so we are in camp. Thank you, Trisma. Thank you. That echoes my feelings. All right, so
And a bit.
Chris, you were trying to read these people's thoughts or something with a skill check. Or-
It's people.
okay,
I'll
so
just
Seer,
skip.
Seer, you
Is anybody waking up their party, or are we just letting these people come?
no,
and
you
kill
guys are all
someone?
awake. You guys are
Oh,
all awake.
okay.
It's like
Oh,
early.
okay.
It's like twilight.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of watching while I'm still heating people's food up. It's like interesting.
So they're approaching
I'm
closer.
thinking about a joke.
Yeah, I mean,
to
do we
tell
realize
the
at this
small
point,
child
those of
and
us
the
who
woman.
did not perceive them, do we realize that
Yeah.
now that they're approaching?
Yeah.
All right. So I call out to them. Hi there. How you guys doing?
The woman kind of the woman and the child keep walking towards you guys, and they say or the woman says, "Hello there."
Hello.
Hello.
Do you seek solace for the night? I'm sure you could share our camp.
Oh, yes, that would be very generous of you. That is what we're looking for tonight.
Are they carrying anything?
No, they just have their clothes.
I offer them some olives, so I have them like in my shirt, like because I was foraging. I'm like, do you want some? Here.
Oh, that would be great.
I offer you an olive in these trying times.
I offer them from my shirt.
Is that are we near anything? Like where they might have. I don't know. Is it odd that we would like run into other travelers out in this area?
Not super odd, but you are 2 days away from Melitus, right? And you weren't on a road.
Right. And they don't have
Also-
like a caravan or supplies.
Yeah,
Right.
they're like just an older woman and like a young boy with like nothing on them. That's
No,
kinda weird.
no. There's not nothing on them. Let's clear that right for the record right now.
Other
I
than
see-
their clothes.
I say, what brought you out in these wilds without protection or gear of any kind?
So she says, May we have a seat? Our feet are tired from walking.
Of course. Sit before the fire and warm yourself. I believe we have enough food for all.
So they sit down, and the woman begins eating the olives, and every like 2 or 3 olives, she like hands one to the boy sitting next to her, and she says, "Oh, thank you so much. It's so tiring out here. Oh, it's nice to find a warm place to sit down for a while."
What?
Well, I'm Rhea, and this is King Fury. And
Oh, a
this,
The
king.
Undying King Fury.
my apologies. The Undying King Fury.
Thank you.
I introduced Nicandros and Calliope and Seer.
She says, "My name is Jezra, and this is Tobias. Thank you so much for offering us a space at your camp this evening."
Where are you coming from?
Oh, we're coming from a small village to the south of here. We're headed on our way to Meletis. I am a farmer's wife. I'm traveling with my son here. Our husband is already in Meletis, and we're coming to meet him there.
That's quite a long way. Is it a long way? I don't know.
That's about 2 more days.
Okay.
You know, it would have been a much easier hike if you'd taken the roads.
Yes, that is true, but we aren't good at navigating. I think at some point we kind of got lost, and we've just been kind of following the stars since then.
Did you set out on a 2-day journey with no rations or supplies?
Well, we ran out of supplies a few days back. We've just been kind of like pushing towards Meletis, hoping that we would get there soon. In fact, it was quite fortunate of us to find you here tonight.
Interesting.
Do you mind if I just sit here for a while we eat this food?
Of course.
No problem.
Can we does she see, now that we are sitting here and we've invited her into our camp, does she seem trustworthy?
Roll insight.
Oh, but you're not going to get any useful information. Just be careful. Nothing. She gets something more than me in my 25. I'm going to jump through the goddamn screen.
Seer, they hadn't even said a word when you rolled your insight check.
16.
They haven't said anything yet now either.
They said some stuff.
Calliope, they don't seem very trustworthy to you. Well, the boy hasn't said a word yet, but the woman doesn't seem very trustworthy to you.
And do we hear? Can we like? I don't know. Does anything else seem amiss around? Like, do we hear anything? Anybody approaching?
You can roll a perception check. Seer, I like your background, Seer.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to offer the kid, I'm going to break off some rations, and offer to the kid. I say, why don't you eat something, young lad?
He will take any food that you give to him, and he eats it.
As that's going on, I turn to the bag of dirt next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I lean into it and quietly ask, "Plant friend, there's a weird woman and a child here. They don't belong. What would you say, plant friend? What's going on?"
So
as if I'm genuinely seeking advice.
He like peeks his head out of the sack for a second and goes back in, and then says in a very quiet plant voice. I can't even remember what my plant sounded like, so hopefully it was something.
It was like Meatwad.
I gotta watch the old episodes. But he says, "Oh no, this don't seem right to me. This seems
That's spot on.
Very dangerous."
Yeah, that's right.
As he says that, I thank you, plant friend. I go and pet him inside the bag.
I rolled a 16.
15?
16.
Oh, for perception?
Yeah.
Seems like a quiet night. So the woman asks, so tell me about yourselves, Rhea, Calliope, Nicandros, Fury, Seer.
Did we tell her our names?
Rhea introduced you, yeah.
Oh, thanks for the real name. Now they know my real name.
Now they can summon me.
I'm like, I'm like kind of still like serving, because remember that Fury and I were like doctoring up the rations. And so I'm kind of like walking around like serving. And as I come to Nicandros, I just like lean in as I'm like giving him his rations and just tell him that I'm getting hinky vibes off these two.
Getting what
Hinky.
vibes?
You know,
Hinky
just kind of
vibes.
like
Suspicious.
yeah.
Suspicious vibes.
Suspicious vibes.
I
And we can build a bridge.
Suspicious mind.
We have to pay for that. That's
I
only
know, we're gonna get
$20.
TOS, guys. Nobody report that, okay?
It's $10,000. Okay, I'm gonna like look at her, and I do trust her, so I'm gonna stand up and say, "Well, I must relieve myself in the wilderness," and so I stand up.
She looks to you as you turn and she says, "Be careful out there."
What an odd thing to say. So I walk out like 10 feet, like not even, just kind of just stand behind them, like out of eye shot. That's not a thing. That's when you get shot in the eye. And I do divine sense.
Okay.
Divine sense. Can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet.
Okay,
We've come to the murder hobo section of the stream.
It's just a sense. It's a divine
I'm just
sense.
sensing.
It's just a sense that Heliod gives me 3 times per long rest.
Okay, you sorry, one second.
Fog cloud.
They asked about us, so I tell them I like hammocks and olives and horses.
And camps. Are you just looking at things and saying
I love lamp.
Love lamp.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Okay, so you sense what do you sense again? Sorry.
Sorry, schwa.
Something more than me.
Good and evil.
Blood type. Oh.
So good and evil. Also the Hallow spell, or the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Okay. You sense the following things. You sense celestial coming from the woman
Horses.
and the boy. You sense strong evil
Oh, great.
from the woman and the boy,
Great.
but also from about 10 or 15 feet out from you. So like, let's say like there's like the camp, right? And then you're like out from the camp, right?
Yeah.
You sense it like maybe 10 or 15 feet outside of that.
I say,
radius.
2 arms, it's a trick! It's a trick, friends! And I pull my shield and my spear.
Okay, so you guys hear you hear Nicandros shouting from outside the camp.
"'Tis a ruse!
I say, oh, give me back my olives.
Ruse most foul!"
I stand.
Yeah, I kind of I set the rations down.
Can I sense where that's coming from? As well, I mean, does he give us any general direction? As
I
to
will
where it's coming
point
from?
in the direction, or gesture at least in the direction.
Oh,
And
okay,
I'll also so I'll kind of point out of the camp, and I'll point at the people sitting there. And I'll say, "No one move. You have been detected. Heliod's light has found you."
So the woman, she just continues to sit there eating olives. She says, "Oh, are we in danger?"
I'm going to walk out towards wherever I sense the evil.
Oh, you mean outside of camp?
Yes.
Okay, so you sensed it on her specifically, but also outside of the camp.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Can I
And we can see her, so I want to see the
Got
other
you.
people.
Yeah. Go ahead, Calliope, and
can
then
I give Nicandros divine inspiration or bardic inspiration?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
You got to sing something though.
Improv it.
Good luck, Nicandros. You can do it.
That's yelling.
Thank you
So Nick,
for your vote of
Yelling
confidence.
can be singing.
If people didn't know he was going out into the wilderness, now they certainly know he's going out.
Yes,
into the
but
wilderness.
he can. He's got.
Nicandros,
That's me. That's this guy.
As you take a few steps out towards that aura of evil, right? You notice the entire ground about 10 feet from you out in a circle around the camp, 10 feet from where you are now, right? Probably about 20 feet out from the camp, is covered in snakes.
No!
Probably, like, literally thousands
I
of
hate
snakes.
everything about what just happened and is about to happen.
Can I? Is this like an omen? Is this like a? Can I roll religion on this?
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
just really weird.
Yeah.
Very specific.
I mean, it's evil and we're surrounded by snakes, so it's the devil.
15?
You rolled a 15?
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to say you know that the goddess Farika, the god of affliction,
Oh, great.
her common symbol is snakes. She's kind of so Farika. Roll. Well, this is like common knowledge would be what the gods are, right? So Farika, let me just read you a little bit better. Farika is a god of affliction and medicine, alchemy, and aging. In the earliest days of Theros, Farika seeded the world with countless secrets, truths, mysteries of medicine, minerals with strange properties, nexi of magic, and the like, which she hid among the wilds and the underworld, leaving clues where mortals might find them. But it isn't her altruism that drives her. She studies the innovation and suffering of mortals, deciphering them in ever greater mysteries as she treats Theros as her personal laboratory. You know that she often takes the form of a green-skinned human woman with a lower body of a snake. Snakes are her, like, common symbol, and she's often worshipped by doctors, but also poisoners, alchemists, things like that.
Okay, I turn around and I look at the woman and I say, "Servant of Farika, we give you mercy if you leave."
She laughs and she says, "So tell me, friends, I have some questions for you. First, why did you travel to that pool? The pool of Lith?" She eats like a few more olives.
Well, A, I told her to stop eating my olives, and B, I'd like to cast sleep on her.
Okay. You
But I want
cast
to be
sleep.
sneaky.
You can be as sneaky as you like.
Okay, great. So sleep is, I have 14 hit points worth of sleep.
Yeah.
That affects her.
So you cast your sleep spell, and she just laughs it off. Okay.
She's like a god
She
or a
says,
servant of
I'm
a
not
god.
really
I
tired
know, it
right
was
now.
worth a shot.
Why else would anyone go to a pool of water? To drink it, of course.
She says, "Who sent you there?"
No one sent us there. No one sent us there. We were literally walking on our way. We were minding our business. And I remembered it from my childhood. And we stopped along the way. No one sent us there. And you are asking a lot of questions that aren't your business, lady.
She smiles in a way that's upsetting and unsettling. And she says, "So, tell me, friends, where are we headed next?"
Wow. I can't understand why you don't know the difference between your own business and ours.
We are headed where the wind blows. I end it there. As if that's obvious.
And something's blowing right now.
She says, all right. Tight-lipped, I see. That's okay." She stands up from the fire. She says, "Well, thank you for the olives. They were delicious."
You're
And
welcome.
She turns around and she begins walking out of camp. Do you follow her? Do you do anything?
We should slow play this.
What does she walk through the snakes? Do they like move for her?
She hasn't got that far yet. She like I'm saying like she begins like walking like 2 to 3 feet
Is
from where she's
the
standing.
boy following her?
So she walks 2 or 3 feet. The boy collapses into a pile of snakes,
No!
which follow her. And you see, as she's walking, she's more sort of gliding.
I hate this.
She's like gliding, and she glides into the snakes. And as you watch, she reaches the edge of the light in the camp, and then she is gone.
Ew.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the tent down.
I hate this place. I want to go home.
I return to cooking. I'm like, that's weird.
Is there... So, what... Have we, like...
Exactly. That's the
I mean,
reaction.
given, like, what we know about, like, not we, but, like, kind of just...
So for all our viewers right now, Kalliope's player, Mandy, hates snakes. I can't even show her a picture of a snake on like a phone, like a video when I'm scrolling through Reddit, or she
so
freaks
upset
out.
right
So
now.
Are all the other snakes gone?
yes,
Okay.
or should I
Okay.
say yes?
Have we like entered into some like weird relationship with her because we shared our olives?
I don't know. You want to roll like a knowledge
Like we
religion?
invited
or...
her in like a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, does she...
I think that was a god. I think she could come and visit us whenever she liked.
Oh, the gods are always tricksy folk.
I don't know. 21.
No, you don't believe. If you you don't believe that sharing olives with some sort of celestial being necessarily puts you into a relationship with them, other than just the friendliness of sharing a meal.
All right.
There's the subtitle. There's the new one. Snakes and celestial relationships.
I say that's 2 gods now who've taken a personal interest in us.
That's many gods. That's many more than I would expect.
Well, we are personally interesting.
We're not that interesting.
I am the greatest warrior.
And a king.
And a king now.
Yeah, it's a
They heard
king. That's
about you.
right. Totally
I need-
humble too.
I need to express to you all that the gods being this involved in our personal lives is not a good thing.
I look at everybody in the group and I ask, like, has this ever happened to you before? Like, if you think back and you think about your own personal scorecard, how many of you have been visited by, anybody's score higher than 2?
I'm at 3 now, personally.
At this point, yes.
Define
I'd say
visited.
So, same.
I'm just saying, if you sit at the table for about 10 minutes and you can't figure out who the sucker is, the sucker's probably you.
The only interactions I've had
Who brought
outside
this
of
bane upon us?
is Mogus, my own personal god. So this is certainly new.
I mean, I'm Nyxborn, so that would count as 3.
Mhm.
Are we? Do we feel like it's safe to stay here for the night?
If she wanted to kill us, she would have.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
if we set up camp a mile down the road, she would find us just as
No, Chris.
It's a danger.
I'm like not gonna open my eyes. You have to change it.
It's gone.
It's
gone.
changed. It's gone.
For
Why are you so
realsies.
scary of a noodle?
So I'm gonna take the first watch because I'm not going to sleep tonight.
easy.
Gonna burn down the camp.
All right. So what's the plan for this evening?
I'll take second watch.
I'd like to pray to my God for some wisdom on her and her presence and what she's after and why she cares.
I'll take
Okay.
second to last.
I'd like to pray to my secret god to see if I can get any insider wisdom.
Okay.
I suppose I can pray to Mogus. I'm not really sure if he'll give. I'm not sure if I don't believe he's particularly involved with. What was the god's name?
Farika.
Rika. I don't believe he's particularly involved with her, but I can try.
Is-
I can ask. Pray.
Is it wrong that I started hearing Elton John saying, "Holy Mogus, I have been"?
Mhm.
Okay, so we're going to go to sleep. We set up a watch order. Calliope's first, then whom?
Me.
Then Seer, then...
I'll go last. Whatever.
I
The
can
Kansas-
go third. It's
Okay,
fine.
so
I'll go
Calliope,
second to
Seer, Rhea, Nicandros, Fury, Fury, Nicandros. Okay, everybody roll a perception check. This will be your check for your watch tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
20.
5.
12.
That's in line with how I'm feeling.
13.
15. And Fury?
15.
15. Okay. All right, so the after your delicious meal of seasoned and warmed rations, you head to bed. Calliope's up first, then Seer, then Rhea, then Nicandros,
Did
and
the
Fury.
rations taste like birthday cake, like I requested?
It's a good question. Somebody, anybody know the limitations of the prestidigitation spell? Okay,
It just
so...
says you can flavor it.
Oh, well, there you go. Then yes, maybe it does, Rhea.
Limitation to the precedent.
All right, so the night goes by uneventful. No more snakes, nothing else to harass you during the evening. The only thing of note is this. Rhea, while you were not on watch, while you were doing your own resting, you had a very lucid dream.
Mm.
Here was your dream. So it began on the shore of a beach. Here you are, dressed as you are right now, traveling,
I like
except
it so far.
you're on the shore of an ocean. The ocean is calm. It's a calm night. And in the background, in the water, you see a large whale kind of floating on the ocean surface. But this whale is not a regular whale. Instead, it appears to be made of the Nyx. The Nyx is the starry sort of a dimension from which the gods and the Nyxborn spring forth from. This whale seems to be made from Nyx material, and it's floating in the water. As you watch this whale, the out of the sea emerges a naiad. So a naiad is sort of a kind of like a nymph of the ocean, and she walks up to you, and she says, "I come bearing a message from Krufix."
I'm listening.
So her hair, from her hair, fall little bits of Nyx, right? That starry, like abysmal stuff, right? The matter of that realm kind of just like falls from her as if it's water. And she says, Krufis says that you should be wary of Farika's interest in the party. He does not know why she is interested in you. But we will look into it. For now, stay on guard. For Farika is very tricky and always looking out for herself.
Okay. Tell
She
him I said thank you.
she turns around and looks at the whale and nods and then walks back into the ocean. And then that's when you wake up.
Am I waking up in the morning or waking up for my watch?
In the morning.
Okay.
All right. So it is the morning now. The night was uneventful. You think, based off Seer's map, that it's going to take you about, probably about a half day to reach that area of the map of the Kistanos River that Kea, originally the oracle who sent you on this journey, where she originally said you might find that court of Orestes. Does anyone want to do anything before you start heading off towards that location?
I tell everyone about my dream. I
So
say, Krufix came to me in a dream, and I described the beautiful whale and the naiad, who I'm picturing a mermaid. I know that's not what you said, but that's what's happening. So we need to be extra careful.
That's another god taking a personal interest, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you want to, I know we got a couple spellcasters. Actually, I think everyone but Fury. If anybody wants to change up their spells for the day, now is the time, right?
I do my prayers to Heliod at sunrise and do my exercises.
Do you do them with everyone?
If they're willing.
Are you willing, everyone?
I'd try it.
Yes.
Let's run an athletics wisdom check.
All right, let's do it.
I don't
Nicandros.
change my spells daily, but I'll do the athletics.
Horrible at wisdom, but I will try.
Can I do acrobatics instead of athletics?
No. Nicandros is rolling it because he's running the class, right? He's like the teacher.
20.
20?
Yep.
Wow. Nice job. All right, so you guys feel in a difference from your experience last time, where Nicandros seemed to be doing all these like very athletic maneuvers and then asking you to repeat them, you feel that he has gained some sort of wisdom in his own teaching abilities and has kind of scaled back the level at which he's doing them enough that you could follow along. You all feel like limber. You kind of feel ready for the day. So if you haven't already spent it, if you have spent it already, you can apply inspiration. Everybody has inspiration for the day.
Yeah.
Also, I'm planning on like passing out inspiration, so feel free to use it, right?
I'm feeling
Yeah, I keep
inspired.
forgetting.
Yeah.
Can we take a little bit?
She's calling for a bio break.
Oh, bio break?
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute bio break, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
We'll be back in 2 and 2.
We'll be right.
You may not.
All right, sorry about that, guys. The bladder waits for no man.
True.
Okay,
Or woman.
that's true. Also true.
You see,
All right.
Trisma did the space whales are meant to fly during your dream sequence.
I didn't, but that is good and appropriate. And also now I want to draw a space whale. I did not even, that is like a big part, inside joke in our life, and I did not even think about that when I was planning that scene out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so it is the morning. Is there anything, so you guys all got a nice workout from Nicandros. Hopefully you swapped your spells if you want to swap anything around. Is there anything else you want to do before following Seer's guidance towards the next, or towards the location of the tomb?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I am ready.
All right, then Seer, if you could give me a navigation tool check, please. So that's just going to be a die 20 plus your proficiency bonus because of your navigation tools. And you know what? You can add your wisdom bonus also.
$19.
Okay. So, Seer, you're pretty sure that your previous calculations are still correct. You should reach there probably around midday, around lunchtime. And you're just going to need to keep traveling kind of north, following this dried up riverbed, and you should make it.
I share that information with the party.
Sounds great.
Hooray!
All right, so is that where we're headed?
Excellent work.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you begin traveling to the north, and the riverbed is definitely dry, right? It's like dried up. But as you move more north along this riverbed, you realize that, there is some amount of water. So it started as like a little trickle that you saw between the rocks, and that kind of became like a little bit of a stream. And as Seer predicted, about half a day later, sometime around noonish, you've reached what appears to be a pool of water at the spot that Seer predicted you guys would find that court.
Really?
So I'm moving you there.
I don't drink this water
Right.
right
Yay,
away.
me.
Can you guys see that?
Wisdom.
Okay, so I have a couple questions. Number
Looks black
one,
to me.
It's black.
okay, this was the question I had. So this is for everyone, viewers and players. This is my first time using the Roll20 lighting system. So we are going to give everybody some vision, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so just one moment. I think I just need to somebody vamp while I do this.
Well, I have that Nicki Minaj song in my head now.
Which one?
Space whales
Yeah.
are meant to fly.
I also think that Mandy and I could get together and eradicate, like, have a plan to eradicate rats and snakes from the world because rats are my thing and snakes are.
You know what
hers.
else I hate? Ants.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
could
we
do
get
that.
Yes.
So we get the rats to eat the ants, then the snakes eat the rats,
No,
and then we get a bunch of mongoose to eat the snakes.
There you go.
What about cockroaches?
Okay,
I
maybe
want
the cockroaches eat the ants and the rats eat the cockroach.
I want to just Thanos them all, but 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want anyone eating or surviving. I don't.
I would totally do that to all the
Well-
rats, and then everyone's like, "Well, what will all the snakes eat?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck, oh no."
Can I ask you to say can I ask you to say the purple gentleman's name again?
Well,
I know it's Thanos.
What did she say?
Thanos.
She said Thanos. I'm just gonna Thanos all of them.
I thought you were
I
talking about
think-
the campaign. I was like, "Who did we meet that's purple?"
No.
Okay, can you guys see it now or no?
Purple?
No.
Still no?
To be fair, I think the Red Skull does call him Thanos.
I see it. I see
But
it.
he has a German accent.
Oh,
I
I
can-
see
I
it. It's
can
out
see a
of
portion
range.
of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys, if
Oh,
you can't see
yeah.
it, you gotta
Oh,
just
it's
move
in the
around.
go to the bottom
Yeah.
left-hand corner.
It's
Sorry.
Yeah, I see it.
beautiful. Are we in the
Not
middle of the
Bob.
water? We're swimming.
You are just swimming. Let
Just
me
keep swimming.
let me bring that up for the
Wait,
You know who's really good with water?
why
This
again?
guy.
Yeah.
It's your turn, Aquaman.
Hold on, there's one more thing I gotta do. I realized that can I do this? Is this something?
Maybe.
Is there a way? Hold on. I don't have a me token is the problem. And so like on my player version that I'm showing on stream, like nobody can see anything.
Can you give like? Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
Can you
because
can you make like an invisible player and then make it like shared vision or something?
Yeah, maybe. Hold on. I'm gonna try that right now. I'm gonna make it a horse. No. Sorry,
Do you
guys.
know what is something that I didn't know until I was
Hey, I am gonna make it a horse. Sorry.
this many years old?
What?
That a pony is not a baby horse.
It's just a small
It's a
horse.
kind of horse.
No.
It's a genuine song.
This is like the third time that song's come up in conversation for me this week.
That
It's one of the
genuine
best
song?
songs in the world.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, you can shut your heretic mouth.
Gina,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on Taylor Swift's new album?
I love it. I've already bought the cardigan.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
I'm gonna
There's
use
a cardigan,
Oh
like
yeah,
an official cardigan.
an official cardigan.
I'm gonna use
I'm gonna have
Last
it.
Great American Dynasty in my class in like the first couple weeks to
Oh.
talk about like choosing details to reveal characterization.
I love that. Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I need to reinstall Spotify because Rihanna broke my Spotify.
God, this was so weird. It's still
Um,
happening too.
So we were driving somewhere and something Bobby said reminded me of this Rihanna song, and I was like, oh, I want to listen to that. So I pull it up or whatever. And then I play a different playlist, and I try to play the Taylor Swift folklore album and whatever. And every other song is Rihanna because I looked up one Rihanna song.
Nice.
And like I know she's queen, but she's like taking over all of my shit. So
It's weird. Well, it's not
my
even like
stuff.
every other song is Rihanna. It's no matter what you put on, the next song is Rihanna, and then the next song is Rihanna, and then the next song
That's
is
true.
Rihanna.
Yeah. Like if I choose one song, it'll play that song I explicitly choose, and then it's just Rihanna for days.
And you could choose an album. Like I went through it, and I was like, okay, I'm finding this album. It was something else. Like one time I tried a playlist. I tried to go to sleep, and I used like a sleep playlist. The first one was like a quiet piano. Second one, Rihanna.
So Riri broke my Spotify. I'm gonna have to uninstall the app and put it back on.
And reinstall.
Yeah. But yes, I do love folklore.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay, I think we got it there.
I don't know. I didn't like her last album that much at all, so I
Most
wasn't
people didn't.
gonna get it. Oh, and then Katie previewed a bunch of the songs on her Instagram, and by the end of like listening to like the 6 or 7 songs she previewed, I was like, damn you, Katie! I mean, it's my brand. That's like my level of like angst, and
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, a portal back to my 20s. Hello, old friend.
Yes, that's kind of how I felt too.
All right, guys. Thanks for the Taylor Swift update. We have we have it working. I figured it out. Okay,
This
so
has been your Taylor Swift update.
You said to vamp.
no, it was good. It was helpful. So we got it now. I basically made the stream. You guys are going to be able to see Nicandros' site, which actually is going to be. I chose him because I think he's the only one that has dark vision. So in the future, you'll be able to see the most of what's going on,
It's
or what the
confusing
players
because
can
you
see.
said the stream, but we also kind of in a stream.
Do I
That's
not have
true.
dark vision? Do I
No,
know
you-
things about
you're
my
a human.
character?
You're just a
Oh.
human.
Just a human. Actually,
Still.
Seer might
But
have
I'm
dark vision. I don't know.
special.
Wait, we
Yeah,
lost
you
Chris.
got like
Where
Club
did
of
Chris
Stars
go?
and stuff. Chris.
He left because he's so mad that we're talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh my
Christopher.
Right?
He's gone.
Didn't we
It's
already
fine.
have a bio break, Chris?
We
Oh my
did.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
This is
Oh,
the
no.
most scuffed of our episodes. We're just gonna call
Yeah,
this
it's just-
straight up scuff. Scuff.
Yeah.
Scuffed.
Instead of like the
Drugs to
close
funk.
Strugs to funk indeed. Instead of the closing song, I'm just gonna make it like a 10-second fart noise. That's
You know
it.
what I appreciate though? Looking at our viewers, we don't have a lot, but I love them all. And
do
we
too.
have we've been floating about between 9 and 13 the entire time.
Yeah.
And even with all our scuffedness.
Yeah.
So they either know us personally and are willing to hang out, or they don't. And either way, I'm still happy about it. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Here's my chat appreciation. Thanks,
Putting
guys.
up with our nonsense.
thanks, Streamoids. You guys are the best.
Yeah.
If I could hand out awards, I would. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Seer, you back? No, he's still loading in. Chris, you back? You here? Okay. All right. So here we are. You have
I'm here.
arrived at the location that Seer has directed us to, based off Kaya's directions. And here you find a stream. So a shallow stream fills only a fraction of the river bed. At a bend, an unnatural arrangement of mud-caked stones juts from the exposed riverbank to the north. It appears to be a crude stone lintel and posts supporting a rectangular slab roughly 4 feet wide and 6 feet high. And that, if you are looking at the map, that is to the north.
Is that like
I-
this right here? What we're talking
Is that
about?
I have to
up?
open my office door. I have cats fighting in here. I'm sorry.
That's right. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I need to scroll up. Oh,
Yeah, it's a little
I
north.
see.
So it's basically, this whole thing was a river,
Okay.
right? That ran up probably, pretty high. But now it's a pretty shallow. We're talking 2 feet deep, roughly, very muddy. And you can tell that this stone slab door, when the river was full, was easily, completely covered by the river. We're talking a river that was probably 30 feet deep. So this whole section would have been underwater, this door.
Hmm. Oh, so this is all supposed to be underwater.
Right. And there was the river. There was a drought, right? Because the river
Right.
dried up.
Because of climate change.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
Right. Something like that, yeah.
this could very well be the tomb of Arestos. It
What do we
matches-
know of Arestos, other than the fact that his tomb is here?
Well, he's dead.
Sure. Yep.
Kea mentioned that he was one of the greatest of Phoenix's followers, and that this is his tomb. So it's a tomb essentially of one of Phoenix's, champions from back in the day.
Thank you. I had forgotten that.
But a lot was not known about Orestes, and that is why Kea sent you here to gather as many archaeological finds as you could, to kind of learn more about him.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to start investigating to look for finds, things she would be interested in.
Well, is the door open, closed, locked?
The door is a stone slab. And as you approach, could Nicandros, Rhea...
Great.
Let's do Nicandros, Rhea, and Kalliope, because they were the first kind of over there. Can you roll a perception check?
My specialty. 8.
Things. 14.
8, 14,
16.
16. One second. So I had an 8, 14, and a 16.
Yes.
Okay, one second. 8, 14, 16. Okay, none of you seem to notice anything out of the ordinary.
Sweet. Did
Rhea,
anyone else have to roll a perception check just now?
Rhea, as you approach the stone slab, out of the muck, out of the mud in front of the stone slab, you begin seeing the kind of the rocks of the riverbed get pushed up through the mud. And you realize suddenly that there's something moving in the mud in front of you. Something very large. And this something leaps out of the mud, and you realize that it is a large creature, probably,
Wow.
I don't know, 30 feet in diameter or so. Oh, not in diameter, sorry, about 30 feet long. And this
But
creature...
does it leap mirthfully?
Not quite. This creature
No.
is a large, two-headed snake. So this snake has a head where its head should be, as normal,
no.
Sure.
but also has a head where its tail should be.
Nope. That's the worst
Ew.
kind of snake.
It's a head on both sides. Let me...
like
I realized I should
Wait,
scroll up on
what?
this.
What
It's
is
like
it?
It's like a giant Chinese finger trap, right?
Yes,
What is it,
snake
but of a
heads?
snake. A snake finger trap.
Whichever one eats first, the other one has to poop it out its mouth.
Aw,
Oh,
unfortunate.
gross.
I'm not really sure the biology of what's going on. But yeah, that sounds about right.
The
I
early
hate it.
snake doesn't get the poop in their mouth. One per stream.
Okay, so everyone needs to roll for initiative, but
Well, sure.
you were also surprised. So
Que surprise!
Surprised.
Oh, no.
I'm so
Okay.
angry right now.
Would you roll?
17.
I rolled a 10.
Me too.
21.
Yay.
wait, hold on.
Sorry.
I'm writing these down. Hold on one second.
Everybody, shut up! Shut up! You gotta
Okay, so sorry. What are your initiatives?
21.
21. So 21 for Calliope. Okay.
17.
17. Fury, roll one more time.
Oh. 1.
Okay. Fury.
Well, actually, that would be 3,
All right.
technically.
Fury. Next up. Rhea and Nicandros here.
10.
10.
Both of you roll again. Also.
5 or 6, I guess.
17.
Okay.
23.
Rhea.
I'm literally snagging it or using snag it and capturing the rolls and putting them in the chat because I'm like, no one's gonna believe that I've rolled all of this. So
I mean, we know because we played with you
Yeah,
for
we
so
know.
long.
Chris, I don't know if we mentioned this last stream or the stream before, but Chris is like, Chris was one of those guys in the beginning. I thought he just like cheated on his rolls until I went to Vegas with him, and we literally hit boxcars every time Chris thought boxcars was going to come up. He would say, "Oh, boxcars, I'm going to put money on it," and literally, I'm going to say we hit it 6 times that night, and it's a 1 in 36 chance to hit it. We hit it every single time. Well, they pay out 1 in 30, but like the
Yeah.
actual
1 in 36,
odds are like 1 in 36. Yeah. So anyway, okay. So
we bet $50 boxcars for us and the dealers.
yeah, it was a good
everybody
time.
got paid just stupid money.
We're gonna have to return there after this pandemic. All right, so first up is this creature in front of Rhea. Rhea, this creature, he has 2 heads, dripping fangs. He's brick red. I don't know if you guys can see the name or not. Can you guys see the name in Roll20?
No.
Okay, so that he's brick red, and he's covered in this mud, but you can see his scales underneath, and he's going to leap out at Rhea, who first approached the stone tab, and both
I have
heads.
to stop being the first person.
Let the big boys go front.
Okay, does an 11 hit?
I don't think so. Hold, please. No.
It doesn't.
How about a 16?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does this creature count as 1 creature or 2?
It's 1 creature.
Okay.
So you are going to take 4. Well, don't write this down yet. The 2 heads leap at Rhea, and the first one completely misses and just like kind of flies by you, but the second one reels around and its 2 fangs bite into your body, and you take 4 points of piercing damage and 1 point of poison damage for 5 total points.
Oh, I have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
So I have the feat alert, and it says I can't be surprised while I'm conscious.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you will actually be able to act this round. So right now we're in the surprise round, but they did still have the higher initiative. But you will be able to go this round, but nobody else will, unless they also have alert. Does anyone else have alert?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 4 damage, you said, right?
4 damage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 5. 4 piercing and 1 poison.
Okay.
Which you don't really need to worry about unless you happen to be resistant to any of those damage types. Or
she is resistant to necrotic and radiant, though.
Okay, so good to know.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Well, hold on. Okay, yes, actually, it is your turn, Rhea. Go ahead.
Okay. This is my favorite spell, so I'm gonna cast sleep again.
It's not gonna work.
It's
babe.
just.
I would
No?
do something else. That's not gonna work.
Okay,
When it's a big
fine.
boss, like you want to use it on a bunch of little guys. You don't want to use it on one big boss.
Or if they're already hurt.
Yeah.
But I want to use it a lot. Okay. Fine.
I know, baby.
Then I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
Which one? Get it?
Which will call down lightning and basically make me into Thor, which I think is,
I like that.
Pretty cool. So let's see.
The nod and trademarked God.
On a hit, target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use my action to deal additional damage. So it keeps hitting him.
Oh,
like Palpatine.
That's good.
Yeah, like Palpatine. Okay, let me do things. Roll.
Actually, whenever I cast that spell in the game I'm playing with Shane and Noel and Sam and Justin, I always say unlimited power.
Okay, so that was a 6 damage.
6 damage. All right, so hold on, just doing some math in my head. Okay, so you call down lightning from the sky above, and it strikes this two-headed snake beast, and it kind of quickly like flashes back, like recoiling, and you can see that the lightning has burned at its scales and as it crackled over its reptilian body.
Awesome.
Okay, so Seer, you're in the back here. Why don't you roll a perception check?
There's 12 more snakes.
17.
17. Seer, you notice a roiling in the mud right here.
No, why?
Wonderful. I yell it out to folks. There's gonna be something else right here, and point to it.
Okay.
Thereby not allowing you to surprise any other players with that.
No
Okay,
more surprise.
Surprise round is over. We're going to roll up to the top of initiative. Seer, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to cast Guiding Bolt. So,
Okay. Just tell me what it does.
A flash of light streaks toward a creature of your choice within range, making a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage.
Oh.
And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Okay.
So,
do it.
okay.
Sweet.
So, ranged attacks. 24. 23. 23.
23 to hit?
23 to hit.
You do hit.
Okay. And now 4d6. So I'm gonna roll that out here. $16.
All right. So describe what happens as you throw this bolt and it hits the creature. It doesn't kill it, but describe, as it hits.
Right. I raise my hands up. I raise my hands up high, and I point to it and say, "You!" And then this large, these two, I would say large spheres of light start to form at my hands, and I kind of push it towards the creature. It continues to stream through the air, burning the light in everyone's eyes, not hindering them, of course, but burning the light in every one of them's eyes. And it goes right for the chest. And as it hits in the chest, it does whatever you tell me it does, but I would hope that it makes it kind of royal and be like, ah, and then it maintains a glow afterwards to show, hey, look, this is what, this is the after effect of this spell. My God, I could have done much better at that end. I just ramped it right up. And then at the end, I'm just like,
no, it was beautiful, Chris. It was beautiful. So you can see that the this snake creature has lost a lot of health in a very short amount of time. It's still up, but your attacks are definitely effective against it. All right,
and
next.
Everyone in between now and my next turn has advantage on it.
Oh, nice job.
Cool.
Okay, Kalliope, you're up.
How does advantage affect? Does advantage affect if there's not an attack roll, but if they have to make a saving throw?
No.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm not. I'm putting a link in the Zoom chat. I want to make sure I'm not reading this incorrectly as it relates to Guiding Bolt. I think I'm right, but I don't want to break the rules.
Let's look. Guiding Bolt. 4d6. Next attack roll made against a target before you end it. So he gets 1. Right? So the next attack roll made against it has advantage.
Just the next
But
one.
not everybody till then. Okay.
No, just the next.
Okay, that helps me though, because I am going to cast Glitter Bomb.
Glitter bomb.
Yay.
And so he needs to make.
Where are you going to cast it?
So good question. Great question. Most excellent question. Do I see, are there actually, you say there's roiling going on back here.
Yes.
Can I see, is there something happening there?
You can see that the mud is raising up in a very similar fashion to the mud that was raising up in front of Rhea when she was first attacked.
Okay, this is the thing. It's a 20-foot cube. Can I cast it in such a way that it would hit both of
Here, let's make you a 20-foot cube and see. We'll make it nice and pink for the glitter. Oops, that is not a cube at all. How do I get rid of that guy? Sorry.
It's a snake.
Delete.
Nick.
So 20-foot cube is that big. You see it?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you control of that. I think I can.
Oh.
I'm having a hard time grabbing it. Okay, is there a spot that you want to put it?
Well, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to hit this guy, it would be like, you tell me, is the roiling within that box of 20?
Why can't I move this
Like,
stupid
is
thing?
it outside of this box, I guess?
Hold on.
You might be on a different layer.
No, yeah, it's like,
Or you're just on the wrong tool.
yeah, I think that's what's going on. Sorry. Can I just... this is so annoying.
Can I draw a shape?
I don't know. Yeah, I think you can.
Okay, so tell me, sir. Do you see what I drew?
Yes, that's
Is
a 20
the
foot.
roiling within that box?
It is not.
Is it, if it were shifted like halfway out of that little square and into this one over here?
Could you count? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it hit it?
Yes, I would say yes.
Then they both need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, let's do it.
So I say,
You mean like a little bit
we're
like that?
doing this. And I rub my hands together.
Oh, not great. Not great. Okay, so you describe what happens when you cast this glitter bomb.
All right, so when I say we're doing this, and then I rub my hands together, and they are covered in blue glitter-like dust and light, fairy fire, and they are outlined, both of them, in this powdery glitter. And okay, it was a dex saving throw. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. They rolled a 1 and a 3, so.
Sweet. Okay, so for the duration, they are, so they will shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object cannot benefit from being invisible, and this lasts for a minute.
Okay, so as Calliope casts this...
Well, it's a concentration spell, so what does that mean for me?
That means you just have to hold your concentration for... You can hold it up to 1 minute.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And you can't cast another concentration spell.
Right.
Got it.
Okay, so the fairy fire that Calliope casts in this area lights it up, okay? And you can see that this brick red two-headed snake begins to kind of glow in this sparkliness, as does this new snake that you see a little bit to the southeast. Once again, it's two heads coming up out of the mud, but this one is not red but spruce colored. But now it is covered in this fairy fire, this like glittery sparkles, and it's very easy to see. One other thing I want to see.
But also, Rhea, Fury, and
do we get glitter?
Seer have to.
You have to roll a dex saving throw. If you don't
What
want
if I don't want to avoid glitter?
Well, so you can choose to fail it, I think, but the problem is
that
they will have advantage against you.
Oh, I don't want that.
I believe that.
Can I?
Well, I failed, so it's definitely on me.
So because we leveled up, I have the thing Danger Sense on my class. Gain advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects you can see, like traps and spells. I assume this would count. Yes.
Well,
yeah,
also,
I
Nick
think so.
You're not affected.
Oh, you're right. I'm outside the box.
And can I give give Rhea Bardic Inspiration?
Wait, why is Nicandros? Oh, Nicandros is
Because
out.
he's
Oh yeah, it's
outside
Fury,
the-
Rhea, and Seer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 22.
Because I didn't give it to Seer because he doesn't need it.
Seer,
You
you're
also have
good.
advantage, babe. So if you roll crappy, you can roll again.
No, it works differently. She can add.
No, I'm saying she
From
also has
inspiration.
inspiration.
Oh, she already has inspiration. That's right. Okay.
Fury, what'd you get?
18. Thank God for advantage, because the other one was a 2.
And then Rhea, what'd you get?
18
18.
Nice.
Okay, so
without advantage.
you guys were all able to, avoid this. Does it affect you, Calliope? I don't know. Anyone know?
That's an interesting
I don't
question.
think so. I've used fairy fire before.
On top of yourself, though?
I mean, I don't remember.
It'll say each object, any creature in the area.
Oh, yes, it does.
You have glitter too, don't you?
Do I have inspiration?
You do.
Yeah.
But I had to roll it. I had to roll both at once, right?
No,
You can
you
ro-
can
no,
use
you can roll.
inspiration afterward.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. As long as you beat your own spell DC, you're fine.
Well, the first time I rolled a 2, so.
Hey,
All right,
all the
so
twos.
our heroes were able to definitely avoid this spray of fairy fire glitter as it covered the area. You can see the rocks that are in the mud are covered. The side of the riverbed is covered, and these two large amphisbaena, which are these two-headed snakes, are covered in this glitter. And you know that your attacks are going to strike true as you move to combat these
And Ray,
monstrous creatures.
you still have a Bardic Inspiration, so that
Awesome. Thank
gives you a die 6 on attack rolls, saving throws
Sweet.
for the next 10 minutes.
So this spruce amphisbaena, the one that's the spruce green, it leaps from the mud whoosh, and lands right here between Seer and Calliope.
Nope.
And its heads are, opposite ends, as one strikes at Seer and one strikes at Calliope.
I don't like that.
Oh. Okay, so let's see. That was not great. Does an 8 hit Seer?
No, it doesn't.
Does a 12 hit Calliope?
No.
Okay, so the heads, perhaps they were distracted by the glitter that's covering their bodies, but they leap at both of you, and it seems as though for a second they might tear each other apart, leaping in opposite directions, but they recoil, whoosh, both missing their marks. Next up is the brick red amphisbaena, and it's going to repeat that same process. One of its heads attacking Nicandros and the other attacking Rhea. Oh. Rhea does a 15 hit.
Yes, it does.
Nicandros does... Oh, they rolled a 1 for Nicandros. Okay, so Nicandros, one of the heads that had bit into Rhea earlier, turns his attention to you and tries to bite down, but you definitely, move out of the way just in time for it to slam its teeth into this rock that's right next to you, and it seems disoriented. The second head strikes true into Rhea, and Rhea, I'm afraid you're going to have to take 8 points of damage as it sinks its teeth
Frickin' frack.
into your chest, pumping in that venom into your body.
Okay, I'm at 1.
So Rhea is covered in snake holes, oozing this dark Icarus poison.
Snake hole.
Snake hole.
I don't want it, whatever it is.
All right, who's up next? It is Fury. Fury, you're up.
It is my turn. Okay, so how badly hurt is the one that Rhea is tangling with?
Pretty
what'd I
hurt.
say?
Seems pretty hurt.
And I get an advantage on attacking it because of the glitter bomb.
You do? Yes.
Okay then. So I run over to it, and I activate my fury, my rage, as my eyes glow a bright red from underneath my helmet and crown now, and I slice down at it with my axe.
And crown.
And crown. Don't forget the crown, guys.
Okay.
And crown.
This is the king of the Minotaurs we're talking about.
Wow! I rolled 2 2s. So what I'm gonna do is say no to that, and I'm gonna use a fate point to re-roll it because I got a full thing from a long rest. So does that mean I can re-roll both of them since I still have advantage?
Oh.
I'm using the luck feat. That lets
Good
me
question.
re-roll.
I'm gonna let you re-roll both because I don't really know right now, so I'll look it up for next time. But yeah,
I think
you
we
can.
did this. I think we did the same thing, but with disadvantage earlier, and I think we rolled both disadvantages.
Okay, then yep. Let's roll with that.
Please not be 2 2s again. Hey, one of them's a 20.
Nice.
Oh,
Thank
beautiful.
God. That means it's a crit, right?
Yep.
Yep,
So that's a 25 to hit. I assume that hits.
it does.
Okay, then. So I'm gonna roll these die 12s. Washing. 22 damage.
All right, you murder him. Why don't you describe what happens?
All right, so I bring my axe down upon one of its heads, slicing it off as I continue cutting through it and bisect it down the middle.
Oh, beautiful. So there's a spray of reptilian blood in the air as Fury splits this amphispina in twain, and it falls to the mud, dead. Its blood oozing, mixing with the water and the mud in front of the door.
And now that brings a question. My feat, Great Weapon Mastery, means that in addition to being able to make my attack rolls better in exchange for, or worse in exchange for damage, if I critical hit an enemy or reduce them to 0 HP, which in this case it's both, it says I can use my reaction to attack someone. Could I move and use my reaction, or is that more of like a someone has to be next to me sort of thing?
I think probably.
You can move between attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So since I was both a crit and he died, I move over and I go and attack the other snake. Just kind of like, whoosh. And he also has, I also have disadvantage here. It's much more normal roll. That is does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, yes.
All right. And that is 12 damage.
All right. So you strike the spruce colored amphispina, and your axe hits true and carves out a large gash in its under its scales, and you can see the meat and bones underneath. Fury, did you move your character?
Yes. Oh, yes.
No, make sure you move him.
He was here, then here, then here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. No, I couldn't. It seemed like you were in the original position. I don't know. All right. Next up is Rhea.
It did move him back.
He's back now, though.
He's where he was on
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, he's back now. He's normal.
Oh, okay. I know that sometimes on different people's screens, tokens look weird in different spots.
All right, Rhea, you're up.
Okay, so the one that I was casting Witch Bolt on is the one that he killed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's dead now.
I'm no longer okay, and that doesn't like transfer.
No.
Okay. All right.
Sadly, no.
No, that's fine. No, it's dead. That was the point. So
yeah, let's put an X on that guy.
I went for it because I was like, it's hurt, and I don't want you to die.
Thank you. Okay, so for my action, I'm going to use Fey Presence, which is once per short rest as an action, I can cause a creature in a 10-foot cube to make a wisdom saving throw or become charmed or frightened by you.
Okay.
So I would like this snake to be frightened of me. I'm going to try to move to, because it's a 10-foot cube, so I don't want my people to be frightened of me.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
You could position, looking at that map, right? I mean, you could put it...
Yeah, over here or something. Yeah.
Let my people go.
Hold on. Rhea, you moved your token. How did you move?
Because you move, like, show him how you move from where you were to where you want to go. Because if you move past the snake, you're going to take an attack opportunity.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So I think I was here, and
Just move your guy back, babe. Just move.
Okay.
Yeah. Here.
Okay. So I would go here. Can I go there? That's 30. But I was zigzagging, so I'm not in the wall.
Okay, the problem is if you move in any of these squares that's next to him, you get an attack of opportunity, or he gets an attack of opportunity.
Even if, okay.
So like here,
so you kind of want to skirt around him.
You're gonna have to go this way.
Yeah.
In the water? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Then I'll probably just cast the spell, here if I'm going in the water. I won't go all the way back up.
Okay, so let's see, 5, 10, 15,
yeah.
20, 25, 30. You could go here, right?
Okay.
But then you'll get Seer.
Okay, well, sorry, Seer.
Hey, Rhea, before you cast a spell, can you roll a perception check?
Yes. 8.
Okay.
Yay.
Ruh-roh.
You're in combat, everything's exciting, it's moving around you. All right, go ahead. What are you going to do?
Okay, so I'm going to... I wanted to see if I could use some, thaumaturgy to do, make it dark or something it would notice, to make it notice me and notice that it's getting really dark around me, and make that, a way for it to be frightened.
You can, well, I don't know.
Well, no, babe, you don't have to do that. Your Fey presence does that.
Right.
You don't have to cast an additional spell.
Oh, okay. Then, yes, I want it to get, I want to change how the environment is around me and make it, super dark, and kind of stormy.
And try to scare this snake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I have to beat?
You have to beat 14.
Ooh. All right. So he rolled a 20. So
Okay.
your features sort of become darker and sort of strangely unsettling. That sort of otherworldly fey presence that being a warlock of Krufix bestows upon you. And Seer, why don't you roll a what is it, a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom saving throw, Seer.
19.
So you see this on her, and you feel that that really unsettling feeling. It kind of feels like when you're falling in a on one of those rides where you drop down, right? And you could feel that pit in your stomach, right? That anxiety of impending doom. But then you realize it's just your friend Rhea, right? And she's and you kind of settle yourself and ground it, and you're not frightened by it, but you do see the potential for the fear. And Rhea, you tried your best, but this snake seems to be occupied with other endeavors right now. Okay, Nicandros.
Okay, I am going to seeing like Nicandros has been standing there. I'm gonna run. 5, 10,
Nicandros, when you enter the water, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh God.
I'm gonna stop you right here for a second. Roll a perception check.
12.
12. Okay, Nicandros, as you begin kind of running, you turned away from that brick red amphisbaena and you begin running towards the spruce one. You notice in this water was still when you came in, right? But it doesn't seem still any longer. In fact, right here and right here, you see kind of splashing, not splashing, but kind of rolling waves, much larger than anything that the wind would be producing on its own.
Okay. I say, where the water? There are more beasts within. And I kind of point them out as I'm running.
Yes, more. Let them come.
But I keep running this ways because I can see this guy.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to let you know.
No, I appreciate that. And so I'm running, shield in one hand, spear in the other, and I do a jump and an Achilles jump, and I try to stab this snake thing just kind of in the middle of its body. But okay, so my polar master allows me to make a smaller second attack with the back. Would you mind if I occasionally flavored that as a shield hit?
Yep, nope, that's 100% fine.
kept it all the same. Okay, so I'm gonna run up and do like, psha, and then like Captain America shield hit him in the side.
Let's do it. So Nicandros leaps through the air, Achilles style, coming down with the spear, readying his shield, ready to smash this Amphisbaena in its dirty snake face.
Okay, so both are pretty good rolls. So does a 19 and a 18 hit?
They do.
Sweet. Okay, so that will be it's 9 bludgeoning and 7 piercing. If
9
there's any
and
difference.
7. 16. Okay.
Any resistance.
So, you don't kill it, but it's on its like last legs. Why don't you describe what's going on?
It's on its last legs.
Yeah. It's not dead,
what?
but it's very close.
You know what? When my shield hits and I see it's on its last legs, I'm triggering a divine smite.
Smite it up.
And just like a golden blast fires off from my shield, like right when it hits, like when 2 lightsabers hit, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna try to deal 2d8 radiant damage. Is he a fiend or an undead by any chance?
He is not.
Oh, okay. That's
Or she, I don't know. You have to do that probe
Seems
to sex it.
fiendish
what
to
the look
me.
in there, cloaca or whatever.
Yeah. Not sure where that is on the Amphisbaena, but
13 radiant damage.
all right, you kill it. Go ahead, describe it.
Okay, so I just run up, do the stab, and then I hit with the shield, and it just, with the power of Helios, it lights up golden flashing and just like cuts right through its whole body.
So you guys watch as Nicandros, leapt through the air, stabbed down with his spear, and when he came in with that shield, it just obliterated with a flash of golden light that spruce green Amphisbaena. Okay, next up is... So, okay, hold on one second. You guys notice in the water a movement. You don't see what's in it yet, but you see the water kind of like roiling up, the waves pushing away, and at the last moment, hold on just one moment, please. Layering.
Buffering.
You see this Amphisbaena, it's like a sea... Oh, no, it's not sea green, sorry. It's like an aquamarine Amphisbaena, and it leaps out of the water right here by Seer and Rhea. And each one of its heads leap into these 2 characters. So, let's see what happens. Seer.
Ruh-roh.
Seer, you're the purple die. Rhea, you're the green one. Here we go. Okay, Seer. What'd I say? You were purple?
Yeah.
Seer, you does a 9 hit.
No, it does not.
Okay, so the first head of this aquamarine 2-headed snake leaps at you, but you move out of the way. Your Triton instincts in water maybe perhaps a bit heightened. Rhea does an 18 hit.
Yep.
Oh, Rhea.
Oh.
Okay, Rhea, you take 5 points of piercing and 3 points of poison as its teeth bite into a large muscle in your leg and pump in some of this venom.
So that's 8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm super duper dead.
Okay, so
You
Rhea...
just had 0.
You're at 0. So Rhea
Medic.
is... Let's put... which one do I like here? How about... I'm going to put this little wrench on you. That means you need to be repaired fast.
I'm near her, right?
You are,
Right
yes.
next to her.
Am I up next?
You are, but hold on one second. So Rhea, lands into the water and muck and mud right next to her, falling down. And you guys watch as this snake, kind of took out your friend. All right, Seer, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to jump towards Rhea, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
All right, do it. Are you moving or are you just jumping?
Lunging.
Because you are within range of her.
Okay, well then I won't lunge. I'll just move a little bit and touch her.
I lunge a little bit.
I lunge a little.
Sounds like my exercise routine in the morning. I lunge a little bit.
I partially lunge and
How I eat oatmeal.
I did
And
any lunges.
I give her back 10.
All right, so
Ooh.
Rhea, as you fell into this water, this muck, this this stream that was once a river, your eyes were starting to fade to black, but not just black. You saw the stars of Nyx, right? That purple and green clouded nebula of Nyx, and you felt like Krufus, kind of like the influence, the tendrils of his like embrace, but quickly you feel this like radiant light pulling you back into the mortal realm, and you heal for how much damage there?
10.
10 points of
10.
damage.
10.
So, question.
Yeah.
Do I keep track? Because I was at like -6.
No.
There's no negatives.
There's no negatives.
No negatives. Okay, good.
No.
That's helpful. Thank you.
No negatives. Thanks, 5th edition.
Yay.
All right. So up next is Calliope.
Okay. I am going to cast Dissonant Whisper. And at the sound of my my discordant pan flute playing, the what's it called?
Amphisbaena.
Amphisbaena must make a wisdom saving throw because he
Let's do it.
can hear.
What is the number?
14.
14. He got a 5.
Hooray!
Wow.
Okay, so that's gonna be 6, 8, 11 damage.
Oh,
Nice
nice
And
job.
additionally, he must move with his reaction. He must move as far as its speed allows away from me.
So you said 11? Sorry, doing some math here.
6, 9, yeah, 11.
Okay. So the Amphisbaena, this aquamarine one that was near Seer and Rhea, that's the one you're shooting at, right? This guy right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So he has to he feels you guys hear this noise coming from Calliope. It's like two it's like a minor chord but with like a couple of extra notes just grate on your bones, right? It's like the fingernails on the chalkboard. It's that when you are eating a steak and your knife scrapes against the plate.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I knew I'd find one that somebody didn't like, right? So you hear these dissonant whispering words flow from her mouth, and you know that they're not for you, and you hope that they never are. And you see this Amphisbaena kind of shaking its head in sort of like a side to side motion, both of its heads, and it instantly leaps back into the water, trying to get away. So Seer and Rhea, you can make an attack of opportunity as this creature begins moving away.
Yes, please. Hold the phone.
Yes.
Do it. Kill them.
So Seer, Rhea, what are you striking with? What weapons do you have?
Hold on.
It can't be a spell. It has to be.
It has to be a weapon.
Sword.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
All right, Seer, what'd you get?
Hang on, sorry.
Sword
to
him.
hit?
Sword him up.
Sorry. Attack of opportunity, is it automatically? Do I have to roll?
You have to roll an attack roll.
Okay, I'm gonna stab him with a dagger.
6. But one time. 6.
Okay, Rhea, what do you roll?
Not great. 7.
All right. So you see Seer and Rhea, they try to take this chance at striking out at this fleeing Amphisbaena,
And they fail.
And clearly they are spellcasters, right? They're swords and daggers. They stab at the air, but it's all in vain. So the Amphisbena continues moving. So we're 5,
The
10,
spellcaster with only cantrips
20,
left.
25.
Yay!
Okay, next up is, who was last? That was Calliope, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is sorry, I lost it. Fury, you're up.
All right, so it's looking like I know there's another one around, but
Yeah,
Now,
you can see if you look out over the water, you see somewhere in this area, there's kind of waves.
I can reach the one that's scared though. Yes, I can. So I'm gonna. How deep is the water?
It's about 2 feet deep.
Oh, so I can run through it.
Yeah.
Okay then. So I run over to the snake that was scared. 5, 10, 15, 20, and I go to hit it with my axe.
Do it.
You know. Smash.
Boop the snoot.
Boop it in the snoot. Boop it snoot.
You tell that Danger Noodle.
Danger Noodle.
Or the Nope Rope. That's one of my favorites.
Ooh, okay. Does a 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
All right, and damage is 17.
Oh, nice.
Nicely done.
Okay, so you
Rolled a
strike
10.
down with your axe, and it's a pretty hefty damage. This creature is on its last non-legs, but it's still alive.
Still alive.
But it's bloody and frightened.
Ooh.
Okay,
That
Rhea,
is the new subtitle.
Bloody and frightened.
Bloody and frightened.
It's gonna be the
Rhea,
name of
you're
my
up.
autobiography.
Okay. Now I'm going to do Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast!
Blast. And I'm going to roll things right now. Oh my God. Does a 10 hit?
A 10. Let's look. A 10 does not hit. No.
Man,
Rhea.
I cannot.
Bad night for Rhea.
It really, really is.
So
Did you add the
Eldritch-
attack bonus to it?
Yeah, was that just your
Yeah.
roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Do you have any inspiration or bardic inspiration or anything?
You do
I
have inspiration.
I
She's got
do.
one left.
Okay. So I get to re-roll, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What?
I rolled a 3. Are you freaking kidding
Come
me?
on, babe.
My last 3 rolls have been 3, 4, and 3.
Stop using the digital dice. Use real
Jesus.
dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
digital dice are cursed.
I
Cursed.
hate you, clearly.
They are.
Curse.
They
Okay.
do.
So, Rhea shoots out from her hands a blast of eldritch energy. What does it look like, Rhea? Describe this blast.
Sorry, were you saying something?
No,
Yes.
I read
Oh.
something wrong.
Oh, it looks like a mini lightning bolt. Like
Okay.
just a little white little spear of light.
Okay, so a little white spear of lightning bolt flies from Rhea's hand, but it veers off mark and hits some rocks on the riverbank to the south.
Take that, rocks.
Okay, Nicandros, you're up.
Okay. They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna charge Mr. Snake Man here. 1, 2, 3. And I'm giving him the full spear business.
Do it.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Second attack probably didn't hit, but the first one did. I assume a 25 hits.
A 25 does hit this time,
Excellent.
but also probably next time.
also definitely
all the
not.
time.
And that'll be 11 piercing damage.
All right, you kill him. Describe it.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm like running across the water spraying up dramatically, like you know, and I do like a big leap, and like I leap up, and I just like put the spear like under its jaw, and I like ride it around its body, and like ride the head down, you know,
Uh-huh.
and like pull my spear out,
Damn.
like very God of War.
The Amphisbena drops to the ground, or into the water, rather, dead. A dead Danger Noodle floating on the water surface as Nicandros retrieves his spear from its body. Okay, up next is... Oh, that's me. To your west, Nicandros and Fury,
Sure.
you notice A sea green amphisbaena that had been moving through the water, and it quickly approaches you.
Oh, my my polar mastery.
Yeah,
If something comes within my reach,
Yeah.
I get to do an attack of opportunity.
do it.
So as like I pull the spear out, he comes up to me and I'm just like,
I hope it makes a better noise than that.
karate. Okay, does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Nice, and that'll be 8
Bless
damage.
you.
Thank
8
you.
damage. All right. So, just as Nicandros, slaughters that aquamarine amphisbaena two-headed snake, another one rises from the water and seems to be attacking both Fury and Nicandros, but Nicandros, in his quick action, is able to strike it before it hits, inflicting moderate amount of damage. But the sea green amphisbaena reels back both of its heads and attacks each of you. Fury, you're purple. Nicandros, green. Here we go. Okay, who I said is purple? Fury? Fury does a 23 hit.
Woof.
Yes. I only have 16 AC.
Fury, that head reels back and its large fangs drop into your chest, and you
Ouch.
take a combination of piercing and poison damage that it pumps into your body. Take off 4 hit points.
Which amount of that is piercing?
2.
Oh, that's right. He gets
I
half.
half it, so I take 3 damage instead.
3
He's in a
damage. 3
He's in a
damage.
rage.
Does an does an 11 hit Nicandros?
No, it doesn't.
that was kind of sexy.
Yeah, did you like that? Just not good enough.
All right, so 11 damage. Sorry. The amphisbaena strikes out at you, the
Shield.
back end, right, the tail head, but you're able to deflect the blow easily with your shield. All right, who's up? It is Seer.
I don't really want to get much closer to it, but I'm going to need to because I don't have any more ranged spells.
What about do you have any cantrips?
I've got a couple of cantrips, but they're not going to be helpful unless light or guidance or spare the dying is helpful.
Give that amphisbaena
So-
some guidance. He needs guidance in
There
his
you
life.
go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could. Yeah. No. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Come stab it with us.
Yeah. I guess
Did
I'm gonna
you say come stab it with us?
I'm gonna come right
stab
here.
with us. Come
And
stab. Let's stab all day.
All right, so I'm gonna come right there, and I'm going to try to stab with a short sword.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Reach out and touch this guy with a sword.
21 to hit.
It does hit.
Hey,
Hey!
See that it wasn't. That's not a useless weapon.
not at all.
Oh, that's not only somewhat. Let's see. 5.
5 damage.
5 damage.
All right. Okay. So you strike out with your sword. What kind of sword is it, Seer?
Short sword.
Seer strikes out with his short sword and is able to get between the scales of this amphisbaena, stabbing it and releasing some of its precious life fluid,
Ew.
aka blood, into the stream here.
I say this stream has to be like soaked with blood, right?
Yeah, it was only a 2-foot stream.
That's
Yeah,
it. We're
right.
like ankle deep in
Entirely
blood.
blood.
Calliope, you're up.
So, I would like
Oh,
to use my special action,
Uh-huh.
my sneak attack, to deal an extra 1d6 damage.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, do it.
5 again.
Nice job. Okay. So you your sword just kind of digs a little
Oh wait,
deeper.
actually, I'm sorry. Is it within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, all right.
Yep.
Good.
So your sword digs a little deeper than you originally thought, finding a vital organ. Okay, Calliope, you're up.
Okay, so I am disgusted because I hate snakes, and I'm gonna just so
Wait,
I
like you or Clyde?
both. Calliope
Yes.
hates snakes, so she excuse me, she's gonna just like she's still trying to recover from being this close to this guy over here. So she just steps a little bit this way. And then she looks out into the distance. And in Sylvan, unleashes a string of what you assume, unless you speak Sylvan, and then you know if you do, a string of just absolutely filthy insults and curses. Her mother is somewhere in the Vale, probably rolling around, just, I can't believe this is my daughter. And the snake needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Against what?
14.
Okay, it does not make it.
So, it is going to take. Yep, can't. Nope. What? It's gonna take 1 damage because that's
Oh.
1 damage.
Well, it was filthy and it was disgusting, and everyone feels dirtier for this string of expletives leaving Calliope's mouth. Even those of you who don't speak Sylvan, right? Anyone speak Sylvan?
I don't think so.
All right, so none of you speak Sylvan, but you can tell just by how it's being spewed forth that this is some dirty, dirty words.
But also, if it makes it to its next attack roll, it has disadvantage.
These words strike this amphisbaena as if they were a hammer, but a small hammer, like one of those like preschool hammers. You know, it's like plastic. Your kid hits it with you. If it's the right angle, maybe hits your funny bone or something. It really hurts. That's the level of this hammer. All right, Fury, you're up.
Woo! Well, it's been working out for me so far. I keep I slash at it. I slash at the new snake.
Do it.
Meet the new snake, same as the old snake.
Maybe this time you'll get to meet my new snake.
2 heads.
New,
Seems like
new.
an asshole.
18 to hit.
You do.
And that's a 6 plus 13 damage.
Oh my! You know, sometimes when you just get you get like a string of numbers and it's like hard to subtract them. That's how I feel tonight. What was your
You have a master's
13?
degree and teach
13
theoretical
damage.
physics.
13 you said?
13 damage, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, he's got a physics degree from UCLA and USC, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. I want both of them.
Okay, I think I got it. I think this is it.
Don't you do like group theory?
Okay.
I mean.
Okay,
Are you
so
using your fingers right now?
so describe what you do, Fury. Sorry. You hit it, it's not dead, but describe it.
I just like in a rush of rage and also bloodlust and like just being hyped to finally fight something and kill something, he doesn't like slash like once like one singular blow. He like slashes like many like quick swipes, like energetically, like happily, like yes.
So you see Fury hacking away like he's trying to chop down some sort of log, right? But a living log, a log of snake flesh. And it several cuts into its body, big wedge-shaped flesh coming off. All right, Rhea, you're up.
She's
Okay.
being attacked
Yeah,
by some
I
sort
know.
of internet
Rhea, I
ghost
feel
or
like-
something.
happening?
Oh my
This is
God.
like straight up like the Grudge or something right now.
Whoa.
I don't know why that's
Holy
doing
crap.
that. I
Check
haven't-
the USB cable on the camera. Give it a wiggle.
Why do I
I
have
was
to
about to
wiggle
say,
every cord that's
I
plugged
thought
into
I
the
was the only
laptop?
one seeing it. I saw this
give it-
happen a couple
You got it,
times
Rhea.
during
It seems
the
like
stream.
there's something.
Now she's gone. Try
Give it-
unplugging it and replugging it.
Give it a wiggle. I'll see you in hell.
Oh.
She's gone.
It's like 7 days.
Seven.
Witch bolt on this computer.
And we're
days.
switched again.
Yeah, it's when someone drops out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right.
It's not your fault, babe. We're getting
No,
it.
it's not like it's we're right.
We
in
have
the
like
middle
some
of really
gremlins
good
tonight.
content.
Clearly,
We have
Yeah, we
all
got
the
some
gremlins.
gremlins.
By
in
the way,
cables.
while we're taking care of this, just to let you know, I've been totally underusing sneak attack. It's just it's there and it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
okay.
Like-
I just we're gonna go nameless for now.
That's
Okay, so Sorry, Rhea, you're up. You're up, Rhea.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on this mofo.
Yeah, let's do it. Hey, Earl's in chat, everybody. What's up,
What's
Earl?
up, Earl?
Hey.
Something. Okay.
It's nice to
Does
see you, Earl.
23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
It freaking
Cool.
better.
That's nice. Okay, 5 damage.
5 damage.
I call the
Beautiful.
lightning up here, and then I kind of like Kamehameha it. Over
Oh, she hit?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I hit
Well done,
it.
baby.
Rhea hit.
Yay,
Yay! All right, so this little lightning bolt flies from Rhea's hand. It slams into this
Little lightning bolt of mine.
into this sea green amphisbaena, 2-headed snake, and you can tell that this snake is like, almost out of the fight. Nicandros, you're up.
All right. I swing my spear around, tuck it over my shield, Spartan style, and I give it a stab, spin the spear around, and try to whack it with the back.
Do it.
Here we go. Polar Master.
You got this, Nicandros.
Ugh, I'm not so sure about that.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Does a 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit.
Okay, so
unfortunately.
Inspiration?
Oh, I do have inspiration. Oh, thank you so much. Inspiration, roll again.
Grudge is back.
Grudge is back. Okay, I assume a 21 hits.
A 21 does hit.
Okay, and the other one is even higher. So now they both hit. So that'll be. Should I just give him all together?
What?
Yeah,
Is there
just
any
give.
hit-
Nah, just give me everything.
Okay, that's 19 damage.
Nice.
Okay, you're killing him. Describe it.
Okay, so I give it the smack, then I spin it around,
We're working on it.
and I just like repeat almost in a fury style. I just I get a good stab. I move around. I stab it again, and every move is just super cat-like and dexterous because I'm a giant cat man. And it's I'm just moving with it, and it's trying to hit me, and I'm like, and finally it's just too many stabs.
This amphisbaena, this 2-headed snake, completely covered in holes, completely slashed up. You can tell that it's about to die, right? Its eyes are roiling over. Everyone, actually, we're going to do it for everyone. But Nicandros, Seer, Fury, you're close, and you can see within the skin of this beast, it begins swelling, right? It begins sort of boiling
Yuck.
over, okay? And then the snake, this amphisbaena, this 2-headed snake, it explodes! And a storm, a hailstorm of snakes
Goddamn.
explodes
It's
from
like-
this giant amphisbaena. And I want every single one of you to roll a reflex save right now.
I feel like every horrible
Snake
thing that you
baby.
know I hate from
Bill.
from what is that movie? Freaking
Your
Indiana
nightmares.
Jones. You have exploited every fear.
Oh fuck.
Does danger sense count for this? Advantage on dexterity throws that
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's go. We'll go in order. Seer, what'd you get?
Where's
All
my
right.
reflex?
21.
21. How about
What is this?
your dexterity?
Sorry, Gina, unplug the big camera and go to the video section on Zoom and just you can go to video settings and change the camera. So just change it to the laptop
okay.
camera.
There's a drop down arrow.
Yeah.
Next to the video.
Okay.
Sorry, continue.
Okay, so Seer, you got a 21. What'd you get, Calliope?
Excuse me, 14.
14. How about Nicandros?
I got a big 3.
A big old 3. What about you, Fury? What'd you get?
I got a 16. Thank goodness for that advantage. I would have had a 4.
Okay. And then Seer, what'd you get? Oh no, I already said Seer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I never
Rhea,
came back
what'd you
to me
get?
For some other reason.
7.
You got a 7? Okay. So if you got under a under a 15.
Wow.
Yay.
Barely.
Hold on one second. If you got under a 15,
Snake baby.
I
kept
want you to
waiting for this
roll
be Gina's
a
background.
I want you to roll a 1d4.
Oh great.
I'm so upset right now.
Watch out. That's a big 2 for Nicandros.
Okay, if this is the number of snakes that land on me, you have to sleep in the car.
It's a number of snakes that
4.
land in your mouth.
A 4.
In your mouth, yes.
4.
Okay, that is the amount of poison damage you take as these snakes hit your body, do a quick bite, and then dissolve into just like mist, and then are gone.
So the one time I roll well,
You
I
breathe
die
in the
4 and I roll
mist.
4.
So angry right now.
You now have snake babies in you.
You're pregnant with snake baby.
You're pregnant with snake
That
babies.
seems horrible.
Enjoy the snake babies.
And now
baby.
combat ends. So here we are.
That was an exhausting one, you guys.
Is there still a
Holy
body
goodness.
left of that snake that exploded?
Of that one, there's just pieces of flesh, pieces of meat, you know.
I like,
We do need to.
I wouldn't actually stop. In an excitement, I would turn to the corpse of the nearest snake and I would keep hitting it
Okay.
for a small amount of time. Like I'm clearly I'm coming down from the rage high.
The
And I
bloodlust is
slow
on him.
down and I'm like, ugh. That
Like,
was
hey-
fun.
Hey, buddy. It's real dead, buddy.
No.
You did it.
Sun's getting real low. Yeah.
I look across the water at Rhea and I say, you had to give her the olives.
I was trying. She looked hungry. I was trying to be nice.
So
Oh.
we need to definitely remind you though that you can't kill us, Bill.
You almost.
I mean,
got
you
pretty close to
kind of
blood.
killed
Came
me.
very close.
Gina was
No. You were dying. You
I
weren't
was
dead.
dying.
But not dead.
All right, so here we are in the stream. There's a slab to the north. Come up to the slab.
I'm ready to go
See
home.
what's in the
Oh,
lab.
real quick, how fast would it take me to take some meat from this giant snake monster?
Oh my God.
I
Seriously?
mean, as long as you want, right? I don't. How long does it take to take some meat? I
You
don't
want
know.
to eat
I don't
deep
know.
demon snakes?
Don't you want to have some snake for breakfast?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I'll try it. Sure.
I go and butcher some of the snake.
Can
enough
I just
for
like
a few
I-
people.
I like look at him and I beg him not to bring any of this beast with us.
What do you mean?
I would.
It might be
I would
cursed.
also. Are the heads still intact?
I mean, some of them are not the
Couple of
one in
them.
front of you, but
Well,
yeah.
because I wouldn't mind going and milking some venom. I do have empty vials that could be useful.
Seer wants to
Butchery,
milk
some
some
milking.
venom. So
Yeah, and there's your new subtitle.
While I'm getting some meat, I make sure to get some because they say like there's a lot of like nutritional value in like the brain, So I
There's
make sure I get
nowhere
some
you
of
can go
No.
with this. That's going to be
No.
good, Tom.
No, is there not?
Nowhere. Mm-mm.
that. No.
all right,
Um,
so Fury's running his butcher shop over here so he can provide you with some quality exotic meats later.
That
And
was so
Seer is
Fine.
collecting some venom.
Yeah.
So Seer, you're able to collect a couple vials. If you have some empty vials, however many you have,
I
and
have
you would like.
5 empty vials. I'll take 2 though.
Okay, so Seer gets 2 vials of the Amphisbaena venom. Other than that, it's just a collection of, snake parts, right? There's not
Sure.
any sort of
Yay.
treasure
How long
around.
does that take them?
I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
How hurt is everyone? Because it may be smart to take a short rest if people are hurt.
If everyone else is, sure, I'm mostly fine.
I'm about half.
I'm happy to take a rest, but I have nothing. No hit points were taken from me.
I would say do a short rest because anyone who needs to can heal, and then Rhea
Did you
will
hear
get
that, God?
you hear that? My daddy will never die. Rhea will get all her spells back.
Yes.
Okay, so is that what you guys want to do? You
I
want to
say
take a short
perhaps
rest?
we should take a small breather. That was a lot of snakes.
I'm already laying
You're
down.
correct,
As you say
Nicandros.
that.
We don't want to pull a hammy. I've been there. It's unpleasant.
Okay, so everybody, please, do your recharge. Right, you're gonna take a short rest. How long are you gonna stay? How long are you guys gonna rest for?
It's just an
Long
hour.
enough to get
I
my
think it's an hour.
spells.
No, I mean you could do an hour, right? But you could do longer if you wanted to.
I mean, I think an hour is fine.
An hour.
I'm gonna when we come out of our short rest, I'm going to sing a song of rest.
Oh.
And so everyone who can hear me if you are regaining hit points by spending one of your hit dice, you may add a die 6 to your roll
Oh, nice.
if you need it.
Ah.
Okay, so everybody heal up. Rhea, you're recharged. If anybody has any short rest powers, they are also recharged. And here we are, an hour or so later. This stream, when you first finished combat, it was filled with a lot of just blood from these snake parts. But the trickle of the stream southward has washed it a little bit. The corpses are still here, obviously. They're still kind of trickling blood into the stream, but it's not the red murder watering hole that it was when you finished battling these 4 amphisbaena.
Somebody poisoned the water,
Water
hole.
hole.
All right, so here you are. What's the plan?
Well, let's try to get into this this tomb.
Yes, I hope there's less snakes. That'd be cool.
Probably. I think there's probably going to be less snakes, right?
Fewer snakes.
Tusk
Gra-
Noodle Shop. Now with
Grammar
less
is
snakes.
important.
Why am I in the water with the snakes?
Ugh.
Okay, so to the north is that slab of stone. It's a door in that you can tell that it's some sort of portal that, leads to another area, but it's not a traditional door. There's no hinges, right? There's no handle or anything like that. And you believe the only way to get through is going to be to, just really get in there and use some muscle and, use a little bit of elbow grease and push that slab aside.
All right,
Turn
let's
into
do it.
Candros. Let's do it as a team.
I'm ready. But always stretch beforehand. I do a couple stretches.
All right, roll a strength check.
Calisthenics.
Who's going to help who?
I think Fury's stronger, so I'm gonna help Fury.
I have the max, so
Yeah.
I have 12.
let's.
You know what? Why don't you sit this one out?
You don't want to pull anything. Pushing, and that gives me advantage, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Getting help.
I believe so.
That's good because one of them was a 5, and the other one is much better. That is so it's just a raw strength.
Yep.
That is a 19.
Okay. So, Fury and Nicandros get on either side of this stone slab, and using their large muscles, they push the slab, or they pull it out from its location. You realize it never was a door. It always was just a big slab of rock.
Oh.
And you're able to move it out of the way. And the light from the day begins illuminating the tomb ahead of you. You can see that inside it is pitch black, but there is some light that is being let in from the outside world. From the outside, what you see is, well, a couple things. One, as you move the slab, there's a scent of sort of humid rot that kind of comes out of the tomb. And from the light that's coming from the outside, you can see that there's a thick layer of mud covering the floor, and that the walls appear to be worked stone. But other than that, you feel like you're going to have to actually go in and explore to learn more about what's going on here.
What a dark place. Well, this seems exciting. On to adventure, boys and girls.
I don't like the smell of it, but I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah.
So our
I will go
adventurers
behind someone because I
are
don't think they're
heading into this tomb. Is that correct?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, then tune in next week if you want to know what happens with our adventurers as they enter the tomb of Orestes in episode 4 of the Mythic Odysseys of Theros: No Silent Secret. Congratulations, everyone. You made it. The end of the episode.
Oh, let me
That's
say
fun.
congratulations, you made it. Level 3. Yay.
Nah.
I want to cast.
I mean, we did fight a lot of people, a lot of things.
What's up, Calliope?
I want to cast bardic inspiration on you
Oh, on me?
to imbue you with my musical abilities so that you can sing us out. This
Sing us
week's,
out?
With our outro song.
Our
with
outro?
this week's custom outro song.
All right. Okay, let me think. Hold on. What happened in this one? Okay, wait. I have an idea. I still got this crown over here. All right. So, thank you for joining us, as always, everyone. It was a good one. We'll be up on YouTube shortly. But here's our outro. Sorry we're a little late today, but here we go. I've decided I'm going to sing it as the Broken King Antigonos today. And it goes a little something like this. Thank you for watching Tusk Noodle Shop. Even though we had a lot of errors tonight, like the time that the microphones didn't work, and also every time Rhea's camera was cursed. Alright, that's all we got for tonight, folks. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Peace out. Love one another.
Bye.
Have a great one.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Well, bye.